Ain't it foggy outside? All the planes have been grounded. Ain't the fire inside? Let's all go stand around it. Funny, I've been there, and you've been here. We ain't had no time to drink that beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sandman podcast. I am your host, Brian W. Tosh, joined as always by our resident hack checker, Oliver Fullington.
Yep.
Our producer and co-host, El Hilo del Hack, Tyler Fullington. And the man whose stories got stories, the hardcore icon. He's got 99 problems, but bananas ain't one. The Sandman Hack. How the hell you doing today?
I'm disgusted. The Sixers blow.
Oh, God. Let's get into it. Fine. Let's get into
I'm disgusted.
Is this a post-mortem already for the season?
I got to give it a little bit more time, but Jesus Christ, is George's the same knee?
I know. That was awful last night.
What? Dude,
well, Maxey finally comes back, and then George leaves, in the second, third quarter, whatever it was.
Hyperextended the knee that he hurt in the preseason again. We're waiting to hear back. And then the Embiid stuff that came out this week.
He was playing in the preseason, and then I thought his knee was hurt from before he got here.
No, he got hurt in the preseason.
Yeah, he got hurt in the preseason towards the end of the preseason, and then came back this year with it with the bone bruise. So
just wow.
When it rains, it pours, and then obviously there was the big team meeting that came about from the other night where it got leaked that Maxey called out Embiid for never showing up on time to anything ever. And you have to wonder who leaked that. Was it a Sixers source? Was it Maxey? And then,
dude, it was somebody. It was a players-only meeting.
Right, so it had to be one of the players.
Or a coach.
But, dude, there's not coaches and players-only meetings.
It was players and coaches.
Okay, so
that's not what I heard.
It could have been an agent.
I don't think anybody actually knows who was in that meeting.
Either way, the information got out that was in there, and Embiid's performance this year, obviously, he's struggling with that knee, but when he's played, he's looked lethargic, and obviously part of that is coming back and working yourself up to be able to play a full NBA game.
Well, dude, he got mugged his first night by Towns. Towns actually mugged him the whole time he was out there. He was all over him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The last two times, what did he score, 16 in the first two games ago? You know what I mean? He didn't look that bad in the first and the second. The last game, you know what I'm saying? I know he's going to wear down, but
he's showing spurts, but at the same time, playing in the Olympics, right? And that kind of toll that it took on a body that was obviously already hurting going before that. It's like you kind of wanted him to have this off-season break, and then the U.S. team needed him to beat Jokic. Like they would not have beaten that team without Embiid. I don't think so. You think so, Ty?
I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I mean, the sole reason they got past Serbia, and that was Joel Embiid. So if it was only for that one game,
well, yeah, because he didn't play much after that, if I remember correctly.
No, he played sparingly in some of the games. I mean, it was all matchup based. I mean, Tatum didn't even play that much. He just got done winning the NBA championship. So Kerr was basing it off the
Tatum didn't play at all, practically, did he?
No, he didn't play much.
Yeah, right. Well, he had a long season.
But I worry about this team, and then the only saving grace this year has been McCain. He has looked awesome, and he gets the spots. You see him get to certain spots in the court with a little pass, and then gets to the 3 line, and he's been a blast to watch. He's probably the only redeeming thing of the season so far. I don't know.
Pretty much. I mean, it's a struggle right now. You got everybody. Maxey's out there by himself, and George comes back, and it's Maxey and George, and then Embiid's coming back, and Maxey gets hurt like the night before that, and then Maxey's come back, and now George gets hurt the same game. And they look sloppy as hell. There's a lot of new pieces going on. They even with those guys together on the court, it still looked a little helter-skelter. But they just need time to play together, and I don't even know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, they haven't had time to gel, and I mean, Ollie, like, I know I'm a big basketball fan. You are, like, it's tough sledding when you're down to 2-12 to start the year. I know you're not that concerned about this team.
I mean, what can you do? I don't know. I mean, we're not healthy. Like, it's nobody's fault, but it's just the same old thing over and over again. So, I don't know.
It really is. Like,
I'm not going to put too much energy into it, like, and be super disappointed about it. Like, it is what it is. If we're not healthy, we can't do anything. So it's like, we can't win. Like, if Paul George ain't healthy, we ain't winning the championship. If Maxey ain't healthy, we ain't winning the championship. So, like,
well, I don't know. If that kid keeps playing well, if he keeps playing that well, then there's not enough balls for all four of those dudes.
Yeah, I know your point, but he's not going to be. If you have George out on the court and Maxey, you're not going to be leaning on him to get you 25.
Yeah, but if this kid's dropping 27 and a half points a freaking night while freaking Paul's out, I mean, then you feed Paul back in slowly, if you ask me.
Yeah,
that's not
With that knee, it's already hurt twice.
Yeah,
that kid's going to get a lot of time to play, dude. And he's going to get a ton of time to show himself.
Yeah, he's going to get a lot of run, and maybe he could win Rookie of the Year. Like, I don't want that to be our saving grace this season, is the fact that we're banking on a Rookie of the Year. But it's always nice if you hit a draft pick in the teens. Obviously, this team's just been a distraction for the last, like, decade since the process started, and a lot of drama. There's always drama surrounding this team. No matter what, you can't shake the drama. I just wanted a clean year of basketball, see what we happened in the playoffs, but again, it's like another year of just turmoil and stuff. So
yeah, and it looks like George. I don't know. He was out about a month the first time, and let's say it's almost about a month this time. But if they can just get, even if he didn't get hurt last night, this team was going to take time to get together and improve and do all that stuff. So they're just going to have to play through it, and who knows? If
the
not,
team goes as Joe goes, and that's it.
That's true, and I mean,
that's it. Dude.
He's got to work
if
his way back.
It ain't happening.
I also worry about the fact that now with the contract extension, I know we talked about it a little bit last week. It's like this can suddenly become one of the worst contracts in the league with the amount of money that he's paid and the years for it. If he continues to deteriorate as a player. I'm not going to say it's Bradley Beal's deal or anything like that, which is probably one of the worst deals in the league. But Embiid's contract now, all of a sudden, it's like if he wants out, I don't even know who would even want Embiid at this point. I mean, like I don't know.
They can't give us enough back.
Traded Ben Simmons.
We traded Ben Simmons, but that was also a team that had a giant problem.
I'm not worried about it. We'll worry about the contract for another time.
Okay, Ollie's not worried about it.
How can you worry about it right now?
Because the guy's got bad knees, and he's in his 30s, and he's a big guy, and it's never going to get better. And we see the larger guys. You saw it with Shaq. The play eventually did not match up to the injuries and the toll that his body took. You see older, aged NBA bigs.
Well, Shaq could have dropped like 80 pounds. Shaq could have played with a lot less weight.
Absolutely.
This last 7 years.
Embiid's a lot leaner
Shaq
this year.
Shaq was lucky enough to be healthier than Embiid is.
Yeah, so we'll see. We're
what do you want me to say?
But I don't consider getting your face broken a health issue.
No, that's a bad luck.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
No, it's just he's got degenerative knees, probably.
That little triangle bone that they were worried
meniscus.
about in his foot.
He's had his meniscus shaved a couple different times.
And he's grown 3 inches since he's even been here. We drafted him, and he grew 3 inches after that.
Did he?
Yeah.
No, it's the lifters.
No, Embiid was still growing once we drafted him.
I didn't know that Embiid grew. Okay, interesting.
Guaranteed.
Well, on a more positive note is our Eagles. So I know when we recorded last Thursday, we were talking about the big Commanders game, and they certainly showed up in that game. Jalen Hurts. Hack, you had some fantastic stat you sent over earlier that I got.
Crazy.
This is nuts here. So I'm gonna read these numbers here in similar games played. So Hurts played 42, Mahomes 3. Wins, both have 33. Completion percentage, Hurts at 66%, Mahomes 67%. Quarterback rating, Hurts 96, Mahomes 97. Yards, Hurts has 11,000, Mahomes has 12,000. Interceptions, this is the one that jumped out to me.
Way more.
Hurts has 26, so we get on him for the turnovers. Mahomes has 37.
Mahomes throws the ball a lot more.
He does. That's a good point, Ollie. But total TDs, Hurts has 96, Mahomes has 88, and turnovers, Hurts has 37, Mahomes has 40.
Man, but I would disagree with what Ollie just said because, dude, we were pass-heavy offense until we got Saquon Barkley right here.
Yes.
Dude, they were throwing probably equal amounts each week.
The thing about Hurts, though, that I like to say is that, you got to take the good and the bad, right? Does he miss guys? Does he miss windows sometimes? Yes, absolutely. Like the Brown play last week where you're like...
God, in the end, well, there's like 3 Brown plays last
there
week.
was a couple. There's a couple guys that he misses. There's guys down... I feel like he misses the 10-yard play and looks for the 30-yard play all the time.
But is that Jalen's miss or is that Brown's mess up?
We don't know that.
Exactly.
Right? We don't know what routes people run or what the communication is at times,
You
too.
can tell by AJ's face that it's not his mess up. AJ knows what he's doing, dude. AJ's never been called.
You don't know that.
On.
You don't know that.
We don't know for a fact.
You don't know that.
We don't know for a fact, but you could maybe assume that, Hack. I think...
It's obvious. And it's obvious on Jalen's face, too, when he knows he missed them.
Yeah.
You look at him, they show Brown his reaction, they show Jalen's his reaction after the play.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
I love Hurts, though, for like that third down play that he ran for. He hits the edge, and he reaches for that first down. There's probably only, let's say, 5 or 6 quarterbacks in the league that could do that, maybe even less. It's a very short list, and Hurts is one of them. So
And supposedly with a bad ankle. Now, what the hell is that about now?
I don't know. I mean,
He had a bad ankle, he didn't have a bad ankle, now all of a sudden he's on the injured list for a bad ankle. But he played great last week. What do you have, 6 runs for 36 yards?
Yeah, and Saquon, just one of the best signings a team has ever made. Saquon Barkley has been absolutely incredible here. Just fantastic stuff. Eagles got, a game and a half up on the division now. We play the Commanders again. And we have kind of a soft schedule a bit, too, because we play the Giants, the Panthers, and the Cowboys. If we don't win those 3 games and get to at least 11...
Well, we got to get through the Rams and...
Rams?
And the Rams aren't the Rams right now, you know what I'm saying?
No, but in L.A., in the Dome, Stafford, Puka Nakua, Cooper Kupp.
Then in Baltimore.
In Baltimore,
Yeah.
Steelers at
And
home.
Baltimore's not freaking the juggernaut that they're supposed to be either.
No, there's 4 games that are like, okay, they're tough games where they can go either way. I mean, I'm including the Rams game on that one. So you have that. You have the Steelers, you have the Ravens, and then the Commanders. But we have 3 gimme games, too. I mean, if they don't win against the Panthers, Giants, and Cowboys, I mean...
So are you saying 11-6?
No, I'm saying I think this team's a 12-13.
Okay.
A 12-13 wins, I think, is more realistic
And
for
that's
the
a far
Eagles.
cry from your, 8-9 that you predicted? Or...
Yeah, I was a little down on this team.
You bitch. You bitch.
Well, hey, you guys were... How about you guys loving the Jets still?
I was behind the
No,
ball.
You guys still
I have
believed
to
in the
eat crow
Jets.
on my Jets pick.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
to eat crow on that one.
What a mess they are.
I thought the
Jeez.
Devontae
Yeah.
Adams trade would help him out a
Well,
lot.
it
and
doesn't-
Sure didn't.
Not like the one. Who's the other team that picked up the receiver?
That's a shame.
The other good receiver that got picked up, right?
Talking about Cooper going to the Bills? Yeah, that was a good move.
He's turned out. He had a good game last week.
Yeah. So, I mean, our Birds, they're looking up. Obviously, we're going to be
Defense number 1, baby.
Defense is awesome. Fangio's doing a great job with this defense.
So next week we are in Baltimore, but this week we play the Rams in LA Sunday Night Football. Baltimore, the very next night, is in that same stadium against the Chargers on Monday Night Football. So two teams.
Good. So
both
they're on a
coming-
short week.
Short week, both
And
of us
East,
coming
West.
from LA.
Nice.
I like that, Ty.
I like that.
Yeah, I like
So
that
it's
too.
not much of a disadvantage either way. If anything, we kind. I mean,
Because they got the less
We
day.
get
they
home a
have
day
home
earlier.
field. Yeah, well, they have the home field advantage, but,
But we
they're
also
on a
don't.
shorter week. so.
But we also don't get on the plane and travel there.
But what time do we have? We take a
To
bus
LA?
to go to
I mean,
Baltimore.
no,
to
he's
Baltimore.
talking about
To
like
Baltimore.
when we play them. So
Right.
What
that's,
time is
That's a
our
bus trip.
LA game there?
It's
Sunday night football.
Sunday night this
So
week.
we're Sunday there, Monday night.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was hoping it could have been like a 4 o'clock and we could have banged a couple even extra
Right.
hours.
I mean, it sucks. We're probably not going to get into like 7 a.m. our time
Literally.
back in
and
Philly.
no team has
But
won the week after they played the Steelers.
Oh,
Ravens got another tough one, and the
That-
Chargers coming
that's-
off a lot. I mean,
Well,
coming
I
off
don't
a
want to
win.
go meet the Baltimore.
I was going to say
after
coming
getting
off 2
another
losses.
loss.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Let's go Baltimore.
Yeah, let's go Baltimore. Let's go Baltimore. All right. Guys, I know on Friday night this past week, we all watched the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson bout. I don't
thought
want
that was Rikishi.
I'm suing
that
them.
out.
I'm suing them. They're getting sued.
for the buffering.
Yeah, I saw it was on a news break. What's the name of the place that it was at?
Netflix?
It was at
Netflix is getting sued.
Okay.
Well, because I was talking to a couple guys, the signing that I did last Saturday in Maryland. I was asking, one guy had total problems getting it, had to switch in and out. One guy had a little bit less problems. One guy didn't get it at all. And this is all people in the scene, like all people that worked around there. You know what I mean? And we were. Our picture and everything was screwed up way less than any of those people's.
I had a lot of buffering. I missed the second round of the fight. The actual
We didn't
Tyson
have any
fight.
problems.
I had
On
a
the
lot of buffering
entrance, remember
problems.
on Tyson's entrance, it was like a little bit blurred and stuff like that.
Yeah, Tyson's. I knew right then when he's making his walkout that when he stumbled walking out, I was like, "Oh God,
Oh
this
yeah,
is
we were like, oh Jesus.
oh God, this is bad." Like I got Ric Flair's last match vibes from it. I was just like, "What are we watching?"
Wait, it's going to be Flair versus what's his name in his last match, isn't it?
They already did that last year, Hack. That was like 2 years ago.
No, Flair and Goldberg.
Flair and
Goldberg's supposed to have a last match.
He's not going to wrestle Flair and
I
kill
don't know.
the
That
guy.
was something that I read.
That might be worse than Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Or the Undertaker against Goldberg in Saudi Arabia.
Bro, if he got in the ring with Goldberg, I think Flair would.
I
pass
think
away.
Goldberg said that. I think it was
Maybe
a
it
quote.
was, maybe it was a joke or something. There's no way Ric Flair's getting back in the ring again.
Yeah,
But
he can't even walk.
Tyson, I got to say too, like the Tyson mystique. It's crazy that it's lasted this long because I mean they had 65 million viewers, right? The viewership for this was
Which
crazy.
is double what they were expecting.
It was crazy, right? And it was obviously a huge success.
Yeah, I mean it's Mike Tyson.
But he, like Tyson, I mean Tyson, ever since he lost to Buster Douglas, and that was in 1990. I was 4 years old. Like he hasn't been a great fighter. in that
Doesn't
long.
matter. The world literally stopped when Tyson fought back in the day.
Yeah.
The whole world stopped. We would have a big party at Ruben's house every Tyson fight, dude. Just the whole world stopped to watch that dude for one round.
Yeah, and I
because he
mean-
never went over like 3 rounds in his
He had-
first like 25 fights or something
He had
stupid.
20-some first-round knockouts,
Yeah,
which is just
it's like
crazy.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess people wanted to turn back the clocks and then, relive
I
the...
did. I was psyched. I was super psyched when I was sitting here like, man, I haven't felt this way about a boxing match because I really haven't. You know what I mean? Boxing today isn't. You people got to understand. When I was younger, the MMA wasn't around or anything like that. Everybody thought that wrestling was a carnival act. But if you were the boxing champion, you were the baddest man on the planet. You know what I mean? The boxing was 10 times huger back when I was younger, when I was 15, than it is today.
Yeah.
Maybe even more.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think, like, the heavyweight division's been pretty good in the past couple of years with Tyson Fury and Wilder and Usyk and guys like that. There's been some really good
Joshua.
fights. Joshua, yeah. But overall, though, boxing does not have the cachet that it used to in the culture whatsoever.
Dude, even
Because
Roberto
no
Duran.
top fighters fight top
Right.
fighters.
Right.
They all want to protect the record, and nobody gives a fuck about it.
Yeah, and there's 19 different belts that they each have. One's a WBO, one's a WBC,
Yes.
one's a WKO,
I
one's a
remember when they
HB.
came out with the
Like-
WBO belt.
Wow.
Like,
Pat, what was it? WBA, WBC, and then the BO was the third one? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got to give Jake Paul a ton of credit, even though he's not a real, like, he's not the way I look at it, it's like this was sports entertainment. It wasn't actual sports. And Jake Paul is one of the top stars in sports entertainment because ultimately he is great at promoting and he's great at marketing. Whether or not he's an actual boxer, I don't think he is. He's only fought, basketball players and streamers and
the one boxer he fought, he lost.
right. Like he's not a real fighter, but he is a expert marketer, and I think a lot of guys in the wrestling business can take a page from him and learn how to promote themselves and build up to a contest.
I agree totally. Even though it's Mike Tyson, he did suck every little piece of sap that he could out of that tree for that fight.
Yes.
You know what I mean? For him to get 30 and Tyson to get 20, and for them to get 60 million people watching when they didn't even think they were going to get 30 million people watching is a pretty big damn coup for that dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that ultimately, like, wrestlers should look at the heat he's able to get as a person. Because, like, I hate the dude, but, like, it's like the Mayweather thing where, like, he wants you to hate him so you watch his fights.
I know, I love him.
Oh, you're a fan. Okay.
Yeah, of course. We love
Yeah.
the guy.
No, but he doesn't really do anything that great to get anybody to hate him. People hate him because he doesn't fight anybody.
Yeah, I want him to.
If he fought people, people would start to like it.
Yeah, I think ultimately the end game here is for him to fight an actual boxer and get his ass kicked. Like that's the draw. Like that's the money.
Right.
Eventually, I don't know who. Like,
And if he's smart, he would
delay that as
do
long
it.
as possible.
No, I think if he's smart, he would do it because then once that happens, then you give people what they want, so then they come back again. You know what I'm saying? Like
Maybe.
If you're going to do it, you got to do it with the right up and comer for
Right.
one, and for two, you got to do it and go away for a little while, and then have the comeback story.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? People love that comeback story.
Well, I think ultimately, like, if him and his brother decide to fight, that's big money.
What, a tag team boxing match?
Stupid, because it's a work.
I know they're all work. Like,
Then why are we even talking about it?
because
Because
it's a
60
spectacle.
million people tuned into Netflix, Ollie.
Yeah,
That's why we're talking about it. It's news.
Yeah, and I think
We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, I agree. I think like as spectacle and stupid as it is, I got to give credit to the undercard, the
dude,
female
the fight
box.
before that,
Dude, Serrano and what
Who
was
got robbed?
she got hosed.
What was the
She
Irish-
landed, what, 107
Amanda
more
Wells?
punches?
what
no,
was her name?
Katie.
Amanda Wells? Katie Wells?
Oh God, I'm killing
Katie
myself
Miller?
not knowing this. No, we
No, last name
check
was
it out,
Wells.
Ollie. We'll look it up.
But even though that could not have been a better opportunity for those girls to showcase it with him bringing all that
Serrano?
fanfare
Katie
to it and
Taylor.
everything.
Katie
Katie
Taylor?
Taylor. That's
Katie
it.
Taylor.
Not Miller. Katie
But
Taylor.
that's great that
Her
those
last name's
girls got
Wells.
that fanfare.
Yes, they did, and they tore the house down, right? Like,
Yeah, but
I
they
don't.
both went distance shit.
I don't- I
The
mean-
one girl got robbed.
I mean, obviously, 73,000 people were in that stadium and seeing that main event. Like, I don't know, but you got your money's worth with the undercard
right.
match. You know what I mean?
And yeah,
Like,
heck, the Serrano chick, the chick that got hosed, is like Jake Paul's. Like that's his.
And she's the one that got the cut
Yeah.
on the nasty eyebrow.
The last one she did, like she was the main event. He put her as the main event. Like he was the undercard. He put her as the main
Okay,
event.
yeah.
Like he was.
Yeah,
like
that's
he
still
started
great for
his
the
whole
sport.
promotion. Yeah.
yes,
That's
she.
great for the
That's
women's
what I
sport.
like about it. He is trying to do good things for the sport of boxing, like which people
Well,
don't
he can't
give
do
him
it for
credit.
the guys, you know what I mean? But he can do it for the women.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
You
he
know what I'm
started his
saying?
own promotion, you know, the most valuable promotions and stuff, and like all the people on the undercards are like younger guys that he's trying to get like paid and if they sign with his promotion and stuff like that. So he's doing good things for, you know, the boxing world, and I don't know, I just can't hate the guy started from nothing and has just headlining
It's the
like,
big-
like
But it's
I
the
can't
biggest
hate the guy.
buzz of the boxing world, and how long? I mean, seriously.
A long time.
Maybe it's what's his name, the Irish dude or the
McGregor and
or something
Mayweather.
like that. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
That-
now Paul's saying he's he
Yeah.
challenged McGregor to an MMA fight. So
That's not
Oh,
smart.
Is he like twice his size?
All these grandstand challenges. I mean, I don't think that'll
know.
ever
McGregor
happen.
was on a cycle, but
Oh God, McGregor! Don't even get me started there. But overall, though, it was an interesting event, obviously, and I think it was a good kind of like a bandwidth test for Netflix with Raw going there because they're doing live Raw and they have an NFL playoff
they better
game
fix
and
their servers.
they better fix their fucking servers.
know,
They're
like,
not
how
getting
are you-
60 million people to come in on a Raw.
No, they're not.
They
but
ain't got
it's-
to worry about that.
you still have to work out some of the bugs and everything, and ultimately, if
Well, the bug was 60 million people.
well,
It was an overload.
you're right,
That was the bug.
Yeah.
I know they're getting raw. Like, is Peacock keeping their pay-per-views?
For now, yes, but the Peacock deal, I forget when it comes out, when it expires, but
I was gonna say if Netflix is getting the pay-per-views, there's gonna be 60 million people watching like a WrestleMania.
No.
There is
Worldwide.
no fucking chance
No,
in hell
no.
it's anywhere close to that.
no, it's in the millions, but it's not 65.
No,
It's not
I'd be
close.
surprised if it was 10, 15.
I would be as well, Hack. I don't think it's at that level, but yeah, certainly an interesting event. And Jake Paul, like I said, certainly one of the top names in sports entertainment.
Dude, you do know. Well, Netflix, the Ty's got a point. Maybe not at first, but in 5 or 10 years from now, I could see that easily.
A lot more
With-
people have Netflix than they do Peacock.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm talking about it's not our country. It's the
That's what I'm
Indians,
saying.
the Chinese.
Yeah, that's
the
what I'm
people-
saying.
The people that have 1.4 billion people in there, and India will take over China in the next like 5 years in population. Believe it or not. But yes,
That's why I was saying
that's
it
the market
worldwide,
you want. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, look,
I can see that totally.
you can't be on a better streaming platform than Netflix. So, I mean, for WWE, it is,
78% of the households in the United States, in the world, I think.
Yeah, it's a giant. It's a giant.
That's huge.
Yeah, it really is.
That's insane.
It really is insane. It really is.
Yeah, that's 6 million people, dude.
And
And
as we,
especially to think about where they started.
right, they started as a DVD distributing company. like it really is nuts. But as linear television, cable.
Oh, that's Comcast is changing. They're
Yes, they
part
are.
of
They're-
MSNBC and
they
NBC or something
Yes,
like
they
that.
are back. They are spitting off their cable
Yep.
networks because linear television, it's not dead, but it is dying a slow death, right? It's bleeding
Sure
out.
it is,
It's,
especially news.
it's bleeding out similar to terrestrial radio and the newspaper industry and some of these things that are just like anchors in our society as media, but they're not going to exist the way that they are, that we know them. So we're moving into the streaming age. Obviously, WWE's got a leg up. I know AEW's got their deal with Max as well.
It's just so nice to have Comcast. You have your channels. You know where they are.
And you can flip.
Yeah, but it's like, put on Netflix, put on Paramount Plus, put on this, put on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, an old guy, I just like my Comcast the way it is.
Yes, okay. So there definitely is an age gap barrier there at some points for the streamers.
Well, because I'm sure we could get. Don't you think we could get? Ted, what do we pay a month for cable? Cable and internet's got to be like $200, right?
Yeah, it's like 260.
Yeah, so's mine.
Yeah, that's a freaking joke.
I know.
But if you just take them for their cable and you get rid of the internet, they whack you almost just as much anyway,
Yes,
right?
and then a
so they
YouTube
want your
TV,
bundle.
and the YouTube TV, Hulu, Netflix, you're like at the same price.
You are if you get that. That's what I was trying to get.
You
to.
save a little.
Like how much is does Netflix packaged with any of the other ones?
There's all kinds of bundles now, so I mean, it depends.
But it still would be basically the same.
Ultimately, they're getting their money. You know, it's a matter of which way you're going to pay it. So,
But
certainly,
you need Comcast for the internet.
and
that's the bottom line.
You need the internet. So, this week on the show, we all watched November to Remember 1996. You guys were really cooking at this point, man, in 1996. You can see it in the crowd. I know we watched the 1990...
Cooking, huh?
Huh? You
I
see,
said cooking, huh?
he's drinking
He's a
that...
curmudgeon, dude.
Yo,
He's a
he's drinking-
Scrooge tonight.
Yo, he's
Yeah, I
drinking
don't know.
that-
Somebody
He's always
pissed in his
like
Cheerios.
that.
No, he's not. He's usually... Ollie's
Well,
usually
he's
happy.
always a curmudgeon.
Somebody pissed in his Cheerios
Yeah, I
earlier
know.
or something.
I think
I
he's
don't know.
older than me.
Who said
Like,
pissing your cheer?
as a person.
He's even hating on your... He's
I
even
know.
hating on your vernacular.
No, it was Wells. Her last name's Wells. It was Wells.
Is this the Three Stooges? You use a vernacular?
Oh, God. Listen, I say that they're cooking because, look, we watched the show from 1994 last week. 95 is also a great November to remember. But 96, you got these guys now, and everybody has gotten through their growing phases on the card, and you really have a lot of talent in place at this point on this show. And I really enjoyed this show. I know some of the match work on the show, maybe not the best, but the crowd was into it. It was a real fun show. So let's start breaking this guy down here. To start off the show, you had Taz come out with Bill Alfonso, and Taz at this point is a heat magnet. Fonzie as his manager, heat magnet, and the crowd's instantly chanting out, "Fuck you, Taz." He's got a ton of heat. And Taz talked about Paul Heyman, saying that he was taking his big surprise that there's a big show in the first quarter of next year. That show was barely legal. So he
Was that the April 8th? Or did he what?
yeah,
He said a date.
that's barely legal. So that was your guys' first paper.
I didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
All right, so that's barely legal. And he tells Heyman, your boy, I'll be in the main event with your boy. And he's talking about Sabu. So that was hyping up that match to come. And he
Ended up not being the main event.
It was not the main event, but it was billed as like a
It
double.
can't be with me on the show.
Yeah, of course. Nobody could main event over you. No, but it was billed as like a double main event, and I know like that match was built up for well over a year before they got it in the ring, and the fans were really interested in seeing Taz and Sabu at that point. To start off the show, you had this is the debut of the Blue World Order here. One of my all-time favorite. This is like a. It's amazing to see that the BWO started as a spoof on the NWO, and it lived on to be what it is. And it's just the guys that were involved in it.
They were great, dude.
They were awesome.
They knew their place, and they were young and freaking. They wanted to be better. It's just all Nova, me, and Steve. They just wanted to be better. And it's like Meanie can't come out of his role, you know what I mean? Well, he did, but it was too late when he got. Remember when he got all jacked and he was with Jasmine Sinclair and
he got
lost
lean.
all the
He
weight,
got yeah.
good-looking guy, and stuff like that. But that wasn't the time for this now, you know what I mean? And Nova was just Nova, but Stevie, you see Stevie grow in like leaps and bounds.
Yes.
Like every year, it's crazy.
Stevie, to me, is somebody who, when I look back at ECW guys and everything and the talent, I always think Stevie could have really been like a top guy, and I wish WWE utilized him better. He kind of just worked a lot of like Sunday Night Heats for them, and he did that right to censor gimmick there. But Stevie could really, really work. He could cut great promos. He could cut comedy. He could cut something serious.
Unbelievable super kick, and he could work his ass off.
Yeah. So this match was with David Morton, Tyler Jericho. You guys recognize right away who that was?
Kid Cash?
Yes, correct. Kid
Why
Cash.
does he have 4 names?
I have no idea. That was his.
I'm
Probably
like,
Jimmy Hart's idea.
it was so
He was
hard.
a Jimmy Hart
I'm
guy.
like,
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
That's why I have a reason that he never got pushed so much. That kid should have been pushed more.
yes, I loved Kid Cash. We've talked about him a bunch on the show. That guy can work his ass off.
He's one of
should
my
have been
favorites.
pushed more, dude.
yeah, I absolutely love Kid Cash. And
He's a great dude.
you would think it was a tag team.
David
Davey Morton and Tyler Jericho.
Yes,
That's what I thought it was at first, because the BWO was out there. I thought it was a tag
Right.
team match, and I'm like, wait, where's the other guy?
The thing I loved about the BWO parody too is that Meanie has a chicken bone instead of a toothpick. Like little details like that.
Dude, every time he did the Razor Ramon shake, I was like
his
pissing my
stomach's
pants.
jiggling.
Yeah, I was
It's just-
pissing my
It's
pants.
so funny, and Nova says "dude" and "brother" just like a ton, just like overkill to the point that like if
What
you
were
did
they calling Nova?
Hollywood Nova,
No, but it was something else. Hollywood. It was something else.
I forget.
It was.
I don't
God, keep going. I can't.
When
remember.
Stevie says we're taking over, it was awesome. And then I loved Hacky. I had a pop for this line too when he said, "I'm gonna run this midget back to WCW," like he's Kevin Nash and he's some big guy himself. Like that's just funny. I mean, I
Dude,
laughed
the
watching
kid's
it.
great.
It was just great
The
delivery.
kid is great, and nobody fed him that line.
Right.
That's his own line.
And it was great and then they start the match, and Joey's talking about Stevie, how he can only do 3 moves
Right,
and
with the hair
whatever.
care.
Yeah.
He's talking with his hair and everything
Yeah,
too.
because like speaking as in if he's actually Kevin Nash,
Yes.
he's like, oh, I guess he's only got 3 moves and whatever the fuck he's got. Yeah,
Oh God, I actually really enjoyed this match too. I like.
And he worked like it too. He'd get you in the corner, do those back
yeah,
elbows,
and the knees,
that's
and
that.
yeah,
and
the
knees.
hip
yeah,
thrust kinda,
the
yeah.
hips. Yeah, that's what I meant.
I really enjoyed it. They did some cool stuff. Cash hit him with like a plancha, which was awesome, and then he did a springboard clothesline as well, and did some what was it? He did a leg drop like over the ropes as well. Mm-hmm. And then this is where the match kind of fell apart for me. Too many low blows.
That's what I got. That's my only. Note
Yeah,
for
that's
this.
where it got weird. I was like, how many are we doing?
I was enjoying the work in the match, but then it's like, and you got to put yourself in the time. I
You
always say
get a
that.
low blow, and you
Yeah.
get a low blow.
It's like you do a low blow.
bro.
A low blow should mean something. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
shouldn't be that much. You shouldn't overdo it. And ECW certainly did a ton of low blows.
What was it, like 5 or 6?
It was a ton.
Dude, there was at least 10 before my match.
Yeah, on the whole card. In
Yeah,
general,
there was tons. I think Raven did one to me.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it was ridiculous. The finish of the match was Stevie ducking clothesline and then a Stevie kick for the finish. How long did this go, Ollie? Was it about 10 minutes or so?
Ooh, 9:25.
Okay.
So right there.
yeah, I like the quick finish with the Stevie kick.
I
That
thought
was
it could have
good.
been a little bit shorter, actually.
I liked it. I enjoyed
I mean,
this
no,
match.
I liked the match. I just thought it could have cut like 2 minutes off of it and gotten done with the low blows, and
Yeah.
still could have been just as good.
For a star rating, I'm going to have to go 2.5 stars for this one.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
So I think the way the match went, the way it did, was because of Kid, not because of Stevie. I think the match could have been better, but I think the Kid didn't, for some reason, wanted it that way.
Are you saying he was trying to get his shit in, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Because he's Jimmy Hart's guy, and you know the old school's in your head. You know what I mean? You don't go in there and put somebody over. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Shit like that.
And this
you
is
know?
clearly to get Stevie over, as
Totally.
they're trying to make him the top
Yeah.
Like
so
he's still part of Raven's faction, but now like he's the head of the other flunky.
Yes,
you know
he's
what I'm
not
saying?
he's the number one.
because he says
Yeah,
that
right,
later. Me and my
right.
flunkies dressed like this.
Right. Yeah.
In my match. But
Yeah.
yes, that was a kid controlling that.
When your flunkies get flunkies, that's how you know you're moving up. So, I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars. Ollie.
I'm going 2.
Okay.
I liked it. You know, it was good.
Okay. Hack.
Love both these. I love Cash.
Do you have a rating? Or are you just gonna?
Yeah, it's a 4.
Oh, it's a 4. Okay. All right.
Just because I love Cash.
Let me see you through the phone.
Ty.
I'll go 2.
2. Okay. Up next on the show was Axel Rotten taking on Hack Myers. So
How long did Hack Myers wrestle in ECW? It feels like he's on
Legend.
every damn show we watch.
I think he was there for 4 years.
Yeah,
4 years.
in the beginning.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, like,
took Wall down off, but he was there early. Not as early as me, but like right after me, maybe.
So let's say like
Never
90
He's
had a
probably
different
been there
outfit or
2
anything.
years.
never.
I was gonna say like 94, 93. Yeah.
Never. And like
He probably came in because he was from Baltimore. He probably came in because of
Axel?
Ian or Axel. You know what I'm saying? That was probably where the connection was.
okay. And obviously, I mean, this is the tail end of Hack Myers here. I don't know how much longer he lasts in ECW after this. But
Oh no, because
He's probably been on like 80% of the shows we watch. So I feel
have we
like-
seen a good
Hey,
Hack?
dude, but he's got Shah.
He's over.
He
Alright.
is over with the crowd.
No,
And
it's not bad or anything. I'm just saying. I feel
Well,
like
because
it's
Ollie
been a lot.
doesn't really know Hack. You know what I'm
Well-
saying? So he's like, "Who the fuck's this guy
but it
running ECW from all the shows?"
it kind of speaks to, like, you know, it's the Rocky Horror Picture Show for ECW, right? The fans
Yes,
want to
it
go
is.
there and participate, and they want to go there, and they want to chant along with their guys, and they know their role as their fans,
Yep.
and they know the gimmick with Hack Myers is the shot. It's like, is it
And, they
great.
weren't, and he wasn't even smart enough to do it yet. The Shah shit. He was still. That was like that new that he didn't even know to get to that part. Because I'm like, Hack, keep doing it, and he would stop.
Yeah, right. And then it would just like go into a like he
Fizzle
never
out.
set up a
Like,
spot.
just every match have a spot where you trade with a dude. And it's
Shah shit. The
Right.
fans
And then
want
the
to do it. Shah.
Yeah. I mean, we see strike exchanges all the time now. So, I mean, somebody in today's day and
They
age.
open a match with it every time.
Right.
At
I
least
mean-
in AEW.
And all of wrestling, you always see a strike exchange spot. Like, it's
It's
so
either
overdone.
a chop or a forearm or something.
It's so overdone.
I know, I hate it.
But it to me, you know, people out there, if you're a wrestler, maybe watch a little Hack Myers and get the crowd involved a little bit with your striking.
Well, yeah, if you got a gimmick, play into it.
play into it. So this match was nothing much. I mean,
That's perfect for who's that
4-minute match.
Who's Gunther's like lackey, the real skinny dude, but he's a great worker with the
Ludwig
blonde
Kaiser.
hair.
Yes.
That's a great gimmick for him to do a Shah something. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
There you
Well, yeah,
go.
to something to separate himself from Gunther.
Something for that. Be great for that dude.
Okay.
Something in German or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Something like that. That'd be perfect for that dude.
Okay. This match was nothing much. I mean, the Shah, he swung his chair and hit him Axel for a big chair shot for 2. There was nothing. I mean, I don't know. What was the finish? It was like what was it? Double underhook faceplant kind of thing or something?
Yeah, it was a pedigree.
It was like a pedigree.
Yeah, it was pretty
it
much a
wasn't-
pedigree on a chair. It was a
wasn't-
pedigree on a chair.
It wasn't a
I
pedigree,
know, but it
though.
certainly didn't look like a pedigree. I
No.
didn't say, oh yeah, that's Hunter's move.
But it was a
I at
double.
least know that
It was a
much.
double underhook. It was a
yeah.
double underhook. I don't even know what to call it, but
Don't ask me.
I'm looking at you.
I'm
I'm like
I'm looking at
100%
you, Ollie.
positive. I'm like
The hater.
100%
I'm gonna-
positive it was a pedigree.
I can't give this match a star. This match was
No,
just
it was like 4 minutes long.
Yeah, this-
I mean,
but-
you're not going to rate it.
Yeah, you're not going to rate it.
I'll give it a rating in Shahs. Shah.
If you're counting at home, that's 4.
That's 4 shots from Hack. Tyler, I don't know what you give this, man.
I'm gonna give it a.
I'll give it a shot.
You know what? I'll give it one shot too. I will. Take a shot rating. Take that, Meltzer.
All right, Shaw's around. Shaw's around.
Up yours, Meltzer. It's the shot rating system.
There's a new rating in town, boys.
Yeah, it's the Hack Myers shot system.
I'm using it from now on.
Okay, up next on the show was Bubba Ray taking on Devon Dudley. So again, the Dudleys haven't quite figured out their gimmick of teaming together yet as a tag team, and it's before all of that. So
Wait, so they hadn't tagged yet to this point?
Yeah,
No.
I'm so stupid I didn't even know because something came across my timeline like, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago.
Well,
And I said to Bubba, I'm like, wait a minute, you were fighting Devon? He's like, yeah.
yes.
Well, I knew they fought, but they were in the same, and I knew
They're
they
in
were
the
in the
stable.
They
You
were in the
gotta-
same stable, but I just figured, I guess, that they had tagged together
No,
at that
they
point.
had not been tagging yet
Okay.
regularly. So that happens a little bit later after this, and then obviously they go on to have their run that they have. And
And Bubba was fat as a house here.
how much do you think
He was 400 easy.
400.
Joey said, I think 360 something.
Oh, they
when
billed
I'm
him as 369.
whatever, whatever.
Still
Six,
moved
I
pretty
remember
good
that.
though.
He did move well.
He can move
Are
for
you
a big
kidding
guy.
me? He did a drop kick, but he was holding on to the ropes. And, he did a drop kick, and then he did a great bump over the top rope.
He let Devon scoop him up. He got up.
Yeah.
good for that
Devon
one.
did a scoop slam on
Yeah,
him, too.
dude,
Got him
Bubba
good.
had it. You know, all we needed to lose was 10 or 150.
So I got to ask you about guys when you're in the ring with somebody and you kind of get a little bit of like chemistry together, and then maybe decide to tag, or like, do you think Paulie's watching this in the back and saying, I kind of like these guys' chemistry, or do you think he had it in his mind to tag
I
these
never
guys?
cared
Or
about that.
you never cared about that if you're in the ring with somebody?
No, because I really didn't see myself as a tag.
You were
person
more of a
anyway.
singles guy anyway,
Yeah.
besides your
Yeah,
Scorpio
I'm not thinking like
run.
Well, you had your entrance. Well, I guess maybe not at that point, but you eventually had your entrance. So, I mean, that doesn't really necessarily work as a tag.
Yeah.
But you didn't always
Yeah, the
have-
one guy, then the
I could
other
be
guy.
wrong, but I
Yeah.
think it might have been Bubba's idea for him and Devon to tag.
Okay.
I think he might have said that before, and I think I might have heard him say that before, but I could be wrong.
I mean, these guys, look, it was your standard ECW brawl. I did like Bubba's superplex. I thought that was a really good superplex. Like, it just,
Dude, the press cutter was
that was
The
awesome.
finish
that was the best.
flawless.
That was the best
Yeah.
move. Of
The finish was
might have
great.
been the best move of the night. Maybe.
Yeah, the finish was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that was really cool. And because that's kind of what got me thinking about, like, having a match together and then seeing maybe we could tag. Because that's, like, the early beginnings of the 3D.
I mean,
Yeah.
it would make sense.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, shit, that looked really good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and their timing on the 3D eventually when they teamed together was always,
This
like,
is 96, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Text
Okay.
Bubba now to see how fat he was.
November to
Like,
remember.
were you 400 pounds for 1996 November to remember? Dude, he was big. Dude, he's bigger than Big Dick.
He was.
Yeah.
He looks like he's like 80 pounds bigger than Big Dick.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
he was-
Big Dick almost breaks his neck giving
Well,
giving the backflip to whatever. I can't think of the name of it. God damn
Good
it.
salt.
Yeah, moonsault.
yes. Oh, God.
I'm like
So post-match, Gertner comes in, and then he takes Bob Art's microphone, and he's announcing Devon as the winner. And then Gertner claimed that he won on points, which I that popped me. That popped me.
Bubba just said 402, so
Wow,
I mean,
there-
that's not probably real. He's just fucking with me.
That's his work.
Yeah, he's like 402.
his work weight.
I'm surprised he didn't say 401 and a half or something.
Yeah. Cut, jack, chisel.
ripped. So Gertner claims that Devon won on points, saying that Bubba Ray's finisher was just mediocre, and then he called him a fat boy.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, that was great. Yeah, get out of my camera view, fat boy.
Which Gertner saying that
As
to
your
anybody is
stomach's
awesome.
peeking through your
Yes.
freaking blazer.
But Gertner's actually not really.
I know, he got way fatter. He got way
Yeah.
fatter after this.
He did.
He's just got a little flubber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Axel Rotten came in here, and he was clearing house. And then Spike Dudley made the save for Bubba. Devon then took an acid drop. And
Devon
then
saved his ass on the acid drop too. He did the whole thing. Yeah.
He really did. He took it all there. And then Bubba took him down. And then Big Dick Dudley hits a moonsault. That was dangerous, man. His head, that
Hit
scared me.
Gertner's gut if it wasn't even a cut yet.
His cock, his
Yeah.
gut, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It actually saved him. I think him
it
hitting
did,
him.
because
Yeah.
that could have been a disaster.
That could have been like a Sabu, like head
Yes.
straight to neck.
It-
Yeah.
that was close. Like, it was not that pretty, but overall, this whole thing not great. I can't give this that much. I'm going to go 1.5 stars for it all. Ollie.
I'm going 2.5 because the finish I think was the best on the show.
Okay. Yeah, you really like to finish. Hack. Let's take a
I'm
guess.
going, sha, 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 sha.
4 shots for this one. Ty, what do you give it?
I'm gonna go 3, just because they were both laying it in. They both laid everything in, and like Ollie said, I also loved the finish. The finish was very good.
I like some of their stuff, like the powerbomb, the superplex. The finish was really good.
Definitely laying in the chair shots. That's for sure.
Oh my God, were they?
Oh,
Jesus.
dude, that first chair shot Bubba gave Devon on the outside,
Brutal.
Oh, I was like, oh.
I cringed watching that.
It was plastic.
Oh, they don't hurt, right, Hack? Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I got great finish on here.
We've only talked about it for 5 minutes. I mean,
and actually, that just reminded me about you were saying the power bomb. I don't love Stevie's kind of finish being the Stevie power bomb, and then Bubba doing the power bomb as kind of.
well,
not
Stevie
necessarily
finishing with the super kick, but he did tease the jackknife because he's mocking Nash.
Yeah, mocking Nash, and
Yes.
then the Bubba pulling out like the Bubba bomb, like power bomb. I thought that was, but that's a lot of like we were talking about with the ball shots, repetition shit, along in the show. Just something that
I'll
I
let it
remembered
slide
off that
because
end.
he's mocking Nash.
Yeah. Okay. We'll
Yeah,
let it
it was
slide.
just something that.
Well, now if it was the Dudley Death Drop or whatever, we're talking a different story if Stevie's doing that. You know what I
Yes.
mean? But
Yeah.
it's early.
Yeah. Up next on the show was RVD and Sabu taking on the Eliminators. Man, oh man,
You want to see a cluster?
dude! Like, okay,
God!
I absolutely love Rob Van Dam and Sabu. I absolutely love them.
Honestly, looked like they had never met before and probably never talked before, and just went in the ring. And I
And
expected.
they've had a much better match than this
With the Eliminators,
later,
too.
Late,
Yes.
on probably a year after or so.
The difference is you have another match later. So whenever I've had 2 matches in a night, when I beat Shane Douglas and Cactus Jack on the same night, you know what I mean? It's hard to have 2 like matches in your head. You know what I mean? It's like have the one and like kind of wash that out, and then have the other one, even though you'll talk to both guys before. You know what I mean? So I understand that they got to go 20,
but they,
you know
got,
what I mean?
they
And
went
you can't-
30. And then they went the other match with the gangsters.
Well,
It's just
yeah,
too much.
I get it. That's why it was a cluster.
Yeah,
No,
it's
but
just-
Hack, what I don't, to your point, is if you clearly know your match later with the gangsters is going to be that shit show.
I was just gonna
Like
say,
Helter Skelter
then you
shit show?
can get in everything that you want in this match.
Yeah, that match. Because the match they did was Helter Skelter shit show.
Awful.
And this should have been more of a spot match when you know the later match with the gangsters is just going to be all hell broken loose.
Yeah.
It's kind of
I
what
don't want to make anybody look good.
I think. Oh, you're blaming Perry for it.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Okay.
No, but I
Perry's,
actually
like,
saw.
notorious for that.
I actually saw Perry calling spots for Sabu in the match.
Well,
But
yeah. I mean, that's not like that's
that's
nothing,
like
you know what I'm
100%
saying?
contradicts your statement.
Well, no, it doesn't. Yeah, I can
If you're-
call a guy shit, but not want to put it over.
I mean,
Why
are
would
you
you
really
call
calling
spots-
spots for another guy if you're?
I would call Sabu spots constantly.
Really?
Yeah, but you're-
Interesting.
Oh yeah, all right.
you're trying to get-
Listen
you're not a
to
selfish
me.
guy.
I'm talking about personalities in the locker room.
Okay.
Perry had one of the next to Taz had the next worst personality in the locker room.
Well, I'm not disagreeing
Perry
with that.
didn't want to put anybody fucking over.
Okay. But this match, I don't think they did them any favors with the booking, right? I think if you're going to do a...
It wasn't the booking. They left the match up to them. It was them to put the match together. Paul said, yo, you guys go out there and have a match. And he might have given you the end, but I guarantee he didn't give you one fucking single spot for the match.
No, but if you're doing the 5 more minutes thing, like you got to do near falls, you got to do something. I don't know how well that gimmick works for a tag match, too. The 5 more minutes adding on.
It used to be huge. And when it was happening, and it's like time and stuff like that, and yeah, I'm like, well, it's 5 more minutes, but they did nothing in the 5 minutes.
No.
And
And
honestly,
then you
it
go
felt
5
like
more, and it's like
it honestly felt like each 5 minutes was about like a minute and a half.
they were
dude.
not actually 5.
and it started to lose the crowd, and you could tell.
Totally.
Hey, dude, those 4 losing the crowd, I have that as a note too.
Right.
That's bad.
No, it was not. Listen, I've seen all of
They
these
lost
guys.
the crowd in the
first part.
Well, and they also lost it in the match later.
Yeah.
There was just too much shit going on everywhere.
Yeah. No, look, this match, look,
It was good to
This
get.
whole show's a cluster.
Todd,
It is.
It
Todd,
really is.
Todd got his cardio coming from the back to the ring, to the back to the ring. That was for,
5 more minutes.
that was for Todd to get his steps in.
there was a couple cool things in there, like like Sabu hit his triple jump, the Arabian face buster. There was
They
cool
hit cool spots, but it was all like just no flow.
Yeah,
It was like,
zero flow.
and
Great
it didn't
call,
look
Ollie.
like a tag match. It was just
It wasn't.
Well,
guys
until one of them
brawling.
went to the corner and then they tugged like randomly out of nowhere. And then,
Yeah, which
Eliminated.
doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. You're like, oh, I guess I'll make a tag.
Yeah,
now.
they're going out in the crowd all over the place, like fucking around with each other, and then one hops up on the corner like, all right, tag.
Yeah, I was disappointed in him.
So was I.
I was too, and I do have to put over Perry's elbow. Perry Saturn's elbow, man, one of the best elbow drops in the business. Like
And he
that,
barely touches you.
really? It was like that.
I've taken it.
I mean, because it's a thing of beauty, dude. I mean, he gets height
He's all-
on it, and he looks like he kills the
He's
guy with
crunched
it.
in like he's
Yeah.
a fucking rock coming
No,
down on
I
you.
mean, Perry was like, dude, this like the way
He was a good worker.
That bump's way harder on his hip than it is on the guy
right, you're
laying there.
taking it all.
Way harder
And
on your head.
it's funny you say that, Hack, too, because when we watched a lot of those shitty WCW shows that we watched from 1999, Macho Man then at that point, because he was old, he was dropping all his weight on the guy with his elbow, and it looked like
Taking
it
it
on
off his
him.
hip, yeah.
it looked like his elbow killed at that
Superfly
point.
Snook at the end of his career was landing on people more because he had already blown out both of his traps.
Oh, man.
A couple times. Are these your traps? No, triceps.
Your tricep.
Yeah, he had blown out each tricep a couple times, so he was more landing on you at the end.
I
Wow.
know you're not going to say anything to Snoop I
No.
at
Right.
that point.
So
so-
no, I'm not going to be like, Jimmy, you're killing me.
Yeah. You can eat real quick.
Good brother.
Oh God, this match, man.
Ah, girl, you're killing me.
I don't know what to give this match. Like I'm gonna go 1 star for this whole thing because I don't know if you have any other notes for this one. I thought this was awful. I really did, and I love these guys. It was just not good.
Yeah, I'm going 0 just because I expected it to be way better.
I've seen these guys in better. I really have
Like
too.
I was severely disappointed with that.
yeah, I gotta go 0.
Wow, he's 0 too, man. This is
It's disappointing.
No,
it hurts
really-
and pain me to say
it does. But look, we keep it real on the show. We don't
Because-
pull any punches.
And
like
because I've seen the match that they have after this,
Yeah,
and
it's better.
it holds up to this day.
Hack.
Yeah. That's a half.
That was a half shot.
One melancholy
Yo, I'm
shot.
gonna keep. Listen, guys. For those of you
I
listening,
think you guys would love it.
for you guys listening out there, do you know how bad a match has to be for Hack to not give his friends the Hack
4
rating?
shots.
Yeah, that means a lot. So you get shot. You get a deflated.
Sounds like Eeyore said.
yeah, it did sound like Eeyore. That's a great point.
Yeah,
Alan.
one ERS shot.
Oh God! Up next on the show was Chris Candido taking on Mikey Whitbread.
God, I love Candido
Man.
as a fucking 70s, 80s worker, dude. Wow.
He's just tremendous. Like
He is.
Like
He
Chris,
is.
Chris was so good. I know I've said this before, but like if Chris were alive in this day and age, to be
He could be a top heel in WWE today.
top guy,
He'd be
in the business.
MJF.
At minimum, a top agent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
At
he was a wrestling dude.
Well, maybe
He
not
was a
today
life-
because he'd be older, but let's
right,
say
but-
like 2000.
Yeah, but
Right.
he was 10 years younger than me.
Oh God, man, he could. Dude, look, the way people are working still later into their life, like yeah, I think Chris could.
He
still
might
be-
still be able. He might
To
still be
work.
working.
He would have been happy as an agent.
I don't know, man.
I
Look,
know him. He would have been happy as an agent.
That Chris was just amazing,
his
dude.
shit.
I loved how he started off too when he was talking about that Sonny wasn't there and that she was at the
I know.
Hall
He's
of
like,
Fame
yeah.
ceremony.
So shut the fuck up
Yes.
and let me wrestle.
What a heat magnet he was, man. He was so good at getting heat. I absolutely loved him too. And I thought that they did some really good amateur like mat stuff to
Dude,
start.
their opening spot was great because it was different.
Yeah.
The opening spot was totally fucking different than the tackle jump down, hit those arm drag. Man, they were coming up out of different shit. They were coming out. You would go and hit the ropes when before you'd have to pick the guy up and hit the ropes. They come out of an arm drag, and next thing Mikey's hitting the ropes. There's a leapfrog. There's something else. There's a hurricanrana over the top rope that they ended up doing.
yeah. No,
No, that was good stuff that you didn't really see ever before. Love
Yeah.
their opening.
I did too. I thought it was really, really good. And then I really like Mikey's Northern Lights suplex. I thought that was really crisp. I enjoyed the hell out of this match. I really did. I thought these are just two guys, really, really good workers. It kind of reminded me of the opener in that, like, I don't know if you could have a bad match with this combination in the ring. Like Kid Cash and Stevie, they're not going to have a bad match.
I thought that with the Eliminators had some of it in.
Well, Hack, to your point with that, though, those guys are spot fest guys. Sometimes, at times,
Right.
you can have a bad match like that. But when you got two guys that can work like Mikey and Chris, I really enjoyed
Yeah,
this
it's
match.
never really going to get off the rails.
No.
Between those two, like everything's like they might, because at some points I felt like it kind of like drawed out like a little bit, but I loved also when Mikey would hit him with like a drop kick, then cover him, and then hit him with off the top rope, then cover him. Then he did another, like there was like 4 or 5 different spots in a row, and he covered him. And then Mikey was like, like what do I got to do?
What do I have
like,
to do to
yeah,
put this
like what
dude
do I
down?
got to do? Like that was like really good part about it. But yeah, they flowed really well together, and Chris ended up putting Mikey over Chris got the victory, but then ultimately ended up putting Mikey over at the end.
He did, and I really like the finish, which Candido another low blow on this. He hits him with a tombstone, which I thought was really good, and then he gets him for the.
Was that off? He had a hell of a catch when Mikey did the moonsault.
Yeah, he almost dropped him.
Yeah, and he caught Mikey, and then that was
Actually what was so good about it to me, that it wasn't so like flowy. You know what I mean? Like it was supposed to happen. You know what I mean?
right.
And Chris was strong, and I mean, Mikey's 160 pounds here, maybe 162, a little bit bigger than our.
He's a Simon Diamond. He's a Simon Diamond.
Simon
1/8.
Diamond plus 2 pounds.
Yeah, that's what he is. Yeah, but that was nice. Chris pulling him out of that and getting it in.
Yeah, and then he
Could easily dropped him.
could have easily dropped him. And Chris hit the blonde bomb for the win. And then, like you said, Ty, he did put him over afterwards. He said he spent the last 2 years carrying pieces of shit. And he gave Mikey some respect and said that's why the match was so good. So I enjoyed this match. I'm going to give it 3 stars.
I am going 2.5.
2.5. Hack.
Sha!
Ah, there we go. That's
4
4 shots. Ty.
I'm gonna go 3. I really enjoyed it.
Actually, yeah, I'm going 3 too.
Oh, he's up to the half star. We half star shamed him. There we go.
No, I reevaluated.
Reevaluated. Okay.
Star sheet.
No, I get shamed sometimes for my star because when we did what was it, CM Punk and Drew Mack, you guys all went 5 and I only went like 4.5 or something.
Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking.
I should have went 5. Can I
see? It's coming out
the
now.
Half star
The half star shame.
The half star shame.
The
That
half star
wasn't the
guilt.
Punk match. That was the.
No, that was the Punk Drew Mack. I didn't go 5 for it. You guys all went 5 and I didn't. You went 5.
Yeah, I did go
You went 5.
I thought that was a Will Ospreay match that you undercutted a little.
No, I went 5. I think
No,
I
I gave it
went
like a 5+. I gave it 11 actually. I think.
You did give it
That's
11.
a lot of shots.
I know.
Yeah.
You'll be out of breath.
You're
when
going to
we
be
do the
like one of
AEW
those
pay-per-view
college
next week.
mascots that do
Yeah.
the push-ups for each point when they score. You're going to be out of breath after that.
Yes. Wait
We're
till-
going to need to get you an inhaler.
Yeah, seriously, for full
I got one right over there.
for full gear next week when we review Fletcher and Ospreay. We'll see what happens.
I'm already getting my pocketbook freaking that produces oxygen for me, so I can carry it with me in my backpack.
Or just do a recording on your phone of sha, 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 and then just have it on repeat.
That's
and
an
there you
idea
go.
too.
There
It's
you
6
go.
shots.
Up next was the ECW Tag Team title match between the Gangsters, who were the champs, taking on RVD and Sabu and the Eliminators.
And I'm surprised on the quick return.
Like, usually you give them to the main event if they worked earlier in the show.
Right,
It's like, one match in between.
I know, this is why it's all just.
or you lead
a
off,
big mess.
or you lead off with them as the tech. You know what I'm saying? Like put them in front
Yeah.
of Big Stevie Cool and John Michael, Kid Cash Turner, and Hooch, John McGee. But yeah, it was one match, and then they were like, "All right, boys, go get them."
I can't think of a worse use for Rob Van Dam than to have him brawling in a crowd with Mustafa. like
Dude, I'm thinking. I'm
serious.
RVD's probably like, what am I doing out here?
No, but I'm serious,
thinking
though.
the whole time RVD is bumming.
No, like seriously though.
Because he wants
Yeah.
to do good shit, RVD. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys, nobody wanted a night off, dude. We were out there to perform.
Yeah.
You know, and just those two together just takes 97% of RVD's offense out of it.
Yeah, it was.
They did stick him on the ropes and gave him a kick, but the camera barely noticed it. You know what I mean? The ball shot.
Well, yeah, there was so much different stuff going on. It was hard to.
What a cluster.
Yeah, it was a total cluster.
And wait a minute. Let's just go right to the finish. Why was there 2 pins?
One team got
It
eliminated.
was an elimination.
The one team got eliminated, and then the Eliminators eliminated Sabu and Van Dam, and then the
Oh, do you
Gangsters.
see Jack leveled freaking Perry at the end of that off the top rope? Leveled.
Well, and before that, Sabu fumbled the triple jump 2 times. And, it was weird because Cronus got off the first time, and then Mustafa got off, and then RVD had to put him back on the tables. Then they got
Sabu
off again.
went out there.
And then they got off
between-
again, and then he put him back on.
The Taz run in, and then that
And then
part.
he's like, fuck it, I'll just slingshot.
Oh,
Bad
God.
night for the Eliminators and Sabu and RVD.
No, it really
Bad
was
night.
a bad night for everybody involved in this.
And Sabu must have been hurting after
Those
that.
nights happen, though.
Those nights happen. You can't be perfect every night, but
I've never had.
Yeah, you can't even
Yeah,
really do it.
okay,
You can't even
Liz-
really do a run.
Here, lizard, lizard.
God,
Yeah,
I-
I'm still good.
this was absolute garbage. I'm going 0. I'm going 0 for it all. Ollie 0.
0.
Well, Hack.
Sure.
Was that a quarter shot? I think it was less than the half shot.
That was a Caillou shot.
Yeah. Oh God.
I'm gotta go 0 because they didn't add anything. It might have got worse. It might have
I
been
think it
deducted
did.
since
There was a lot of miss. Like Sabu, I mean, I know sometimes he's hit or miss. Man, he was missed this tonight. So I mean,
the whole
God.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so the catches were horrible. Van Dam, but they never caught Van Dam on both. In either, I forget, one was in one match. I think one was in the other match. Totally missed Van Dam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Complete shit show. Complete
Yeah.
shit show.
Yeah.
Up next was Joey Styles coming out, and he was talking about how good the athletes they have in ECW. And then out comes Too Cold Scorpio, and then
Funk Flash?
yes, Funk Flash,
Flash Funk.
Flash Funk.
Flash Funk.
So Joey puts over Scorpio for winning the TV title a bunch of times, and the tag straps with U-Hack, and then
Funk
the
Flash sounds better.
Funk Flash. There you go. That would have been better. And then Scorpio says, "I'm not going to miss none of you motherfuckers," because it's his last night
I
in.
like that part about immediately turning heel.
well, he's got to because of
Right.
what the end is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So
They
this.
were with him totally until that. But Scorp, that I think I went over that with him because Scorp was never great on the mic at all. That's why you never saw him on the mic. This would be like the only time. You know, so yeah, so fucking, he probably got fed maybe by Nancy.
So Scorpio said he's not going anywhere because he's going to wrestle still in ECW and the WWF. And then Scorpio talked about passing the torch, and he said, "I'm going to do a job for the next motherfucker that comes out, and then it'll go 15 days for not wrestling in ECW if he lost."
This is good shit.
I
the
like
days
it.
per guy
Yes.
going in
Because usually wrestling would do like, okay, loser leaves town, right?
30 days.
Or loser leaves for 30
But
days. or
Scorp's
whatever.
leaving anyway, so why is it...
Well, they set it up. They kept
Scorp
setting
said,
it
"I'm
up.
going to work both places."
Yeah.
So Scorp's saying, even though I'm leaving, I'm still
gonna-
going to
yeah.
work here.
I missed...
Yeah.
I missed them.
And each guy I beat, you're not allowed back in this company for this
God,
amount of
okay,
time.
all right.
So-
Until it gets up to the year with Louis.
First guy out is Devin Storm, aka Crowbar from WCW.
And somebody
fame.
had a Devin Storm sign in the front row. It might have been that other guy, and I was like,
Dude, but actually,
they're just smart as shit.
Devin Storm and Scorp could have tore down that house.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
100%.
If you
Devin
gave them
Storm
15
was
minutes,
really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you gave them 15 minutes, they would have.
I thought they were about to.
I thought
Yeah.
they were going to
So
go.
did I.
I thought they were going to go at least 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
And I was like, oh, this should be good.
Nope.
That's why I'm surprised he was the first guy out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because then they got worse, still better.
Yeah,
Right.
Right. Instead of starting at the bottom, which they could have done with your boy.
Yeah, and then
but-
JT,
Right.
Shaw.
All right. So this match was not much. Scorpio just drop kicked him, and then he did his tumbleweed for the finish,
Dude.
which he hit like $1 million. It was great.
On target.
And then
Don't even touch it.
afterwards, then Scorpio said Storm's out for 15 days, and then he called anyone out in the locker room to come out.
Hold on, the tumbleweed in WCW, they called it the Compton concussion because Booker would knock dudes out with that move.
I believe it,
That's
man.
what they called the tumbleweed, is the Compton concussion in
if you, don't,
WCW.
if you didn't hit it right, I mean, I could
he
see.
laid his whole ass on your head.
Oh God, I could see it killing you. Up next was JT Smith coming out, and he's got Lil Guido in his corner, and then JT went after him right away with a couple elbows, but then Scorpio just slammed him, hit a moonsault, pinned him. That was it. And then afterwards, he said he brings out another guy, and out comes your boy Hack.
The rating system.
Yep.
Shot.
Hack Myers comes out, and then so the gimmick now is that Scorpio's just got a bunch of jobbers in his way, right?
It's hilarious because Hackmeyer's lost to Axel Rotten earlier, and he's the one coming out, not Axel.
See,
that is,
but-
that is
I know.
funny.
I
That
know,
is
but
funny.
if you think about it, if you're the guy that, like, if pro wrestling was real,
Right, you're like,
you know
oh,
what
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying?
have my second
I
chance.
gotta do
Right,
something today.
right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
guess so.
That's it. If pro wrestling is real, that's why that's that way.
Okay. He did
Makes
actually.
sense.
He did actually take Scorpio down, but then Scorpio hit him with like a suplex, and then finished him with the 450, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. Which was awesome, and that was
Was
it.
that a 450?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, the one and a
hit-
half.
Okay.
Yes, that's 450. Then up next was he's looking at me. He's like, he's
Yeah, I
ready
know
to
the
cane
fucking
me.
450
Dude, he's
is,
ready to
dude.
cane
Wait,
me,
wait,
dude.
I just don't remember it.
Wait,
He got-
carry the one? Yeah, that's 450.
Yeah. He's ready. So then out comes Louis Spicoli, and then the crowd's along with this.
I couldn't believe how big Louis was. You gotta
Dude, he's a
understand-
big dude.
I know we were there in the company together though, but because I had seen Louis on a pay-per-view from L.A. and he was called Madonna's girlfriend. And he was in like Madonna's boyfriend. And he might have been in the main or the semi-main or something like that.
For
you know what I mean?
AAA.
So to me, he was a star. To me, you know what I mean? And he was there because of Van Damme.
well, he could work.
But
I mean,
me and
yeah.
me and Van Damme weren't boys like that yet or anything. You know what I mean? So I didn't hang out with him at all.
he was a really, really good worker. Unfortunately, he passed away super young. But
Alcohol and somas.
yeah,
When he died of somas, that's when the Van Damme stopped taking him. He never took another one after that.
wow.
Because dude, I could tell you a story. But there would be times where Sabu would have this, because he didn't like flying, just like I don't like flying. So he bought this like camper, with a bedroom in the back, the bathroom, the stove, all that shit.
I remember that.
And sometime I remember one time Sabu and Van Dam would take so many somas they couldn't walk from the back of the camper to the front of the camper. They put their hands on the wall like they were getting searched by the cops because they were so fucked up on somas that they couldn't walk straight.
Jesus Christ.
So then when Louis dies, Van Damme's like, I'm never doing another one again. Sabu, different story.
Maybe that explains the match with the Eliminators.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Spicoli comes out. The crowd's chanting along with him. Scorpio then told him that Survivor Series is tomorrow night and that he's going to be his mystery partner. And then they have a match. And I thought it was entertaining for the 2 or 3 minutes.
It's up
what it
to a
was.
year right now.
It's up to a year.
Okay.
So Spicoli hit him with a
Spicoli driver.
Spicoli driver. Tommy Dreamer carried on, and then he pinned Scorpio in the middle of the ring, and it got a big pop, and I thought it was fun. So,
Okay.
Well, and then Taz came out.
and then Taz came out for the 5th time on the show. So,
Yeah.
All right, well, talk about that, and I'll talk about what I want to talk about, like how it's such a tweener situation right here.
okay.
Scorp's getting a pop when he comes out there, right? Scorp's getting a pop when he comes out there, right?
Yes.
Big pop. Now, by the time Scorp gets done his shit, he's a heel right then. So he's a baby face in the beginning. He turns himself heel during the interview just to pull Taz out, and Taz gets the pop.
Who's a heel?
Nobody really, but for it's Taz's pop is just bigger than Scorp's pop right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're cheering for him, but then you're booing him on the way out, saying, "Get the hell out! You sold out! You sold out!" And then Taz hit a great line when he goes, "Get out of my ring, a Flash," or something like that.
Bye-bye, Flash.
Yeah,
Get the fuck
whatever.
out of my
That
house.
was a good line
Get
right
the
there.
fuck out of my house.
And Taz is getting a huge pop right here.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, it was. Yeah, that was that. Then Scorpio's gone, and then Taz called out Sabu, and then
Okay, and then who's the baby and who's the heel now?
Then Sabu's the baby.
Sabu's the baby, but Taz isn't really the heel.
no, he's a bad.
You know what
guy.
I'm saying? Like the dichotomy of how the shift is going. It's like Paul in his mind knows. Dude, I'm getting like goosebumps. Paul in his mind knows how the ebb and flow of this whole segment's going to go. You know what I mean? And he know it. Like I tell you, I can't be a booker, dude. But this is booking 101 at its best.
Yeah, I mean, it's really understanding your characters and who in what situation is going to get what reaction.
Yep.
And
This guy's coming out as baby. He's leaving as a heel. That's Scorpio. Taz is coming out a baby, leaving as a heel, kind of. You know what I'm saying? It's freaking great.
And Taz kind of got the heat by warning Bob Ortiz to not give him any bad news. And then he got out of the ring. And then, like, he was kind of keeping him hostage. And then Todd came out with the Dudleys, which was weird. I don't know.
That was just to get rid of... and Paul went down, too, in that.
Paul
right?
went down, too. And
Todd
then
goes down, and Paul took a bump.
Taz, he took him a Tazplex.
I know.
Paul doesn't take many bumps. Like, he's not...
That might be the only... That's the only... I can remember being, like, punched or something like that, but not, like, bumping over somebody's head.
But part of the genius of that is when you're a guy who doesn't take a lot of bumps, and you saw it with the bloodline angle, when you do take a bump, it's a big deal, right?
And that's the cause for Sabu.
Right.
That's the big enough
Yeah,
cause
that's
for
brilliant.
Right.
Yes.
It's freaking brilliance.
Right. And that finally got Sabu to come out here.
Such brilliance.
Yeah,
And
lights off.
Lights off.
Lights on. Yeah.
Lights on. The crowd's going nuts. And then they went at each other real quick.
What was the cue for the lights to go off?
As soon as they touch.
The Taz mission?
Yeah.
What was the cue then?
Sabu walked over to the front right corner, went like this, and then you know he's going at him. Sabu did this, so
Yeah,
then
I
they
saw
knew he was going to
Okay,
charge.
so
him.
his point. Okay. And I love that. Lights come back on. Everybody's gone. Like,
Crowd not happy.
not happy, but
No, but it's great.
you know they're going to pay for this match, right?
Yeah.
And it's good booking to think about it, because at the November to Remember night,
Insinuated violence, any of that. You didn't have to do anything, and you got that reaction.
right? And Sabu made his return to ECW at November to Remember '95. So that's when you really started the him and Taz feud. Think about this. Now you're a year later, and you still haven't even hit the peak of the feud, which was barely legal.
And they haven't touched.
They haven't touched. They haven't had a match this whole time. So to keep that going with just these little segments and teasing the crowd, when you give a crowd a direction of what's coming and you don't give it to them, it's something that's missed in a lot of wrestling. I see it in wrestling all the time, where it's like, if you know where you're going and you tease it and you give a direction, the fans are going to buy in because they start to pick up on that direction. And this obviously was some of the biggest business ECW did.
Well, Vince would do that, but he would give you little segments on Monday Night Raw to do. You know what I'm saying? These two didn't even touch. They weren't even in the ring, weren't even anything for a long while.
Yeah. Up next, man, this was awesome. So this is Raven with all his flunkies, your mom, you, Ty, everybody, and taking on you, Hack. So Raven starts off, and he says he's out here to win the ECW title. And he said he's beaten the best brawling guys ECW has to offer, Cactus, Tommy, Terry Gordy, and then said tonight he's going to out-wrestle you. So this is just awesome. The Blue World Order then got on the mic, and they told the fans they don't know any wrestling. And this is funny. I mean, it could sound like a Jim Cornette rant, because he said Hurricane Ranas and moonsaults were horseshit and cheap acrobatics, which I thought was great heat, because it set the table for...
But it is. It's true. That's why it's great.
Yeah, I mean...
It really is. And then he gave examples of Dan Gable and freaking
Yes.
and Roland Gardner and
Yes.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
good shit.
I don't know if you noticed the brilliance of me. Hold on. Pardon me while I interrupt.
Put yourself over, bud.
But Raven's talking about all that thing, and he's like, yeah, that's why, what did he say? He's like, yeah, I'm going to beat you. I'm the best pro wrestler in the world. And for some reason, I just throw up the Raven
You
pose.
did.
Like,
You did. You
It
did.
was like high. Yeah, it was like high spot. I was like, damn, Ty, all right. Like
Yeah.
you hit a cue without even like somebody telling you to hit a cue.
All right,
Like,
Ty.
You look great too,
He's
man.
learning.
No, you got the jacket. You got the
I
look
know, but
down.
he didn't have the face I wanted on until I was more concentrating on his face
He's
than
too busy
anything.
scratching his nose.
yeah, it's going on
He
my
was.
nose.
He picked the booger
He was
and ate it,
7,
I think.
okay?
Oh, he's 7. I don't
He just
care.
turned
All right,
7.
I'm 6.
Six.
Dude, he was awesome in it. I don't care.
And then I'm like leaning on the ropes, like all nonchalant. Like I was like, what am I doing?
You were
Like,
at home. You felt at home, man.
Greatest thing
I
ever.
know.
It was
It's
so
like
good.
looking so comfy in there. I'm like, look at this dude.
Yeah, you didn't look nervous at all.
Yeah, dude. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, that was crazy.
Well, he probably. Well, let's say at that point he's probably been in the ring 50 times
yeah,
You're more.
including all like the house
every
show.
weekend.
Like, yeah.
because
Yes.
we weren't like flying places yet. You know, every weekend.
Right. So you're more comfortable with the character at that point for
It
yourself.
looks like it.
Do you-
Clearly.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything about this specific match, Ty?
No, I mean,
Okay.
no,
They
not
kinda all just-
specifically.
yeah.
Except that it was the greatest work of an arm
This was awesome.
in the business.
So one of the things so Raven sets the stage for this match. It says it's going to be a wrestling match, and
Okay, so hold on. Raven is trying to make a point here. Because Raven's like a wrestler. I never wanted to be I didn't want to do that. I didn't care about arm drags, hip tosses. I was ladders, tables, chairs, lions, tigers, bears. But Raven wanted to make a point here, and that's why we end up like this.
Okay, well, you guys certainly put it. I mean, look, hey, move over, Chris Candido and Mikey. Hack and Raven show you how to really do some mat work here in this match. I enjoyed it, man. It's fun. It took you out
It's
of your
different.
element. It's different.
Well, it wasn't out of my element. It could be my element. I just didn't want it to be my element.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? I was trained.
Yes, and you obviously you know all these things. You could do all the sequences,
All of them.
all the go
I
behinds.
don't know the names of them. I don't know the
if you
names. That's
didn't
why
know-
Perry shot on me one night.
If you didn't know, Stevie was letting everybody
He
know on the
was.
mic.
Stevie's working. The great gimmick is he's in this like suit now. He's changed his outfit a little bit, and he's outside on the mic the whole time for the
crop
first.
top suit.
Yeah, the crop top suit,
Dude, which is
his
good.
outfits were great.
Yes.
And the chopped,
Yeah.
and the chopped
Yeah.
tie.
Yeah,
Great shit,
It's-
dude. And that was all him.
it's so funny.
It's great.
So Raven took you down to the mat, true to his word, and then Stevie is doing the commentary. Joey then got angry at him, and this was really cool because he starts ripping on the other announcers in the business. He said he said he's better than Bischoff, Shivani, and Vince, but he put over Kevin Kelly, which I thought was interesting. I was like, okay.
I only heard Kevin Kelly and Vince. I didn't hear Giovanni.
He ripped all those, but put over Kevin Kelly. I really love like Raven just working over your arm, and they put over the fact that you're a lefty.
Yeah, that was Stevie. Stevie saying he's working his left arm because Sandman's a lefty.
which is
And the crowd popped.
yeah.
yes,
The crowd fucking, they started clapping, not pop, but clapping for him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, you people were supposed to be smart. Everybody works
Works
the
your left arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. The left arm is what. But
I
I think,
couldn't believe he got over for saying that.
but I think they applauded him because like it was like
An astute observation.
Like, no, but it was like a trentets. Like he's working Sandman over because he's left it. It was like they're appreciating that Stevie's kind of telling a joke there. I think so. Like that's where like the Bronx, not like a Bronx cheer, but like
Wait a minute, that they are that smart. They
Right.
know everybody works the left arm,
And-
and he
right.
flipped it over to put himself over.
right, just
Got it.
because you're left-handed.
Yeah.
But no, everybody works like yeah.
It's even funnier when I think about
It's
it
the
like that.
double-double. Yeah, it's
exactly.
the double-double, right.
I liked a lot of the arm work, the hammer locks, the sequences you guys were doing. The part of me that I wish you guys did was do the entire match like that. I wish you worked the entire match instead of getting into the brawling. And then I
I have to do that because I have to get him out of the wrestling environment.
okay, so
That's the fucking dichotomy of the match.
gotcha. Okay,
And I loved actually seeing you actually throw a semi-decent right hand.
Dude, I threw
Yes.
a bunch of right
yes, you
hands.
did, and it's not your usual.
I know. I was like, all right, Hack with the right. Like,
Yeah, well, I never had to throw right, but all right, but here. But, and because I know the way we're going out there, and I know that I need to sell this arm because he's working on the arm for fucking the first fucking third of the match or whatever. You know what I mean?
Sold it the entire time.
I'm selling that motherfucker the whole match.
You have to.
I'm not coming at you. I know, but nobody else does. But I'm also proving a point in my brain too to other people. This is how you fucking work a fucking arm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Still to this day, they don't know how to fucking do it. And
so
you did it the
fucking
entire time.
when he's working my arm, I made sure that, dude, when I throw a fucking left-handed punch, it is right by my eye, right into your forehead, crisp as shit. My thing was, if my arm's hurt, I'm not throwing that crisp punch. I'm more like Terry Funk, like just
doing the windmill like you did later.
Which you'll see later on, you know what I mean? So I had worked with Terry before, and I kind of saw that, and I'm like, well, if my arm's really hurt, I'm not throwing it that crisp.
That's great.
And I
You're
know
just
my
throwing it
right's
at
not
like-
good. I had never thrown a right before, ever.
Dude, it looked
It's
a
still
lot
this
better
match.
than I thought it was going to look.
I never had to. I never had to throw a right-handed punch until this match.
Don't say the Sandman can't work, people. This is a real worker. It's a multi-leveled work right here. And I love the shaking of the arm, too.
I was going to say, the best part is because whenever, like, even when you're non-selling the arm, every time you throw a punch,
You're always hand
you
selling.
shake the
I
hand.
go to put him in a DDT.
Yeah.
But it was hilarious that you threw a punch with your right, shook your right hand,
Right.
and then went and used your right hand to grab your
I'm
left
selling
arm and sell it
everything,
again.
baby.
Yeah, you were double selling the hand and then the arm.
Dude,
I was cracking up.
it was a classic when it comes to selling, dude. That's
Yeah.
what selling is.
It really was. Like, I'm serious. People should watch this match because you will learn a little bit about wrestling selling here. You really will. I loved your mom just yelling out, "Die, Sandman," at one point.
Oh yeah, give up.
She knew her character well.
And Joey had a good line on her. He said, "Looking as chipper as ever."
Yeah, that's what he said. That was
I
funny.
thought that was a great line by Joey. It was perfect timing too. And then, man, you hit him. Finally take him outside with the. It was like a clothesline over the ropes, which was great. You guys tumbled outside, and man, another low blow by you. One of the 1,000 on the show, and then Meanie.
Outside, I low blow him.
Yeah, you gave him a low blow. I don't know if it was outside though. Was it outside?
No, I think
No, it was
You went
inside. It
yard?
was inside the ring. Yeah.
It was inside the ring. Okay.
Yep.
and I did it with my left arm, which when I did it, I was like, "Fuck, I should have sold it."
And then Raven. That's when Raven then put on the armbar on you. So he's working away at you, and then you try to set up a table, and then Raven just like
No, I'm trying to suplex the table on him because that's spot
that's your
that I
thing.
would do.
The suplex of the table. Okay.
Yeah, and he has no vertical leap whatsoever. So we broke the front quarter of the fucking table. We were supposed to break it in the middle, but he has no vertical leap.
He was supposed to like splash you through it.
No, bulldog.
Bulldog you. Okay.
But I might have had to have the table up a little. He might have came late. Like it was on the second time. It was like I'll try it. Then I get it up. He was supposed to do that when I had the table like 90 degrees in the air.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, after that, I don't think he allowed you time to gig. It looked like you were fumbling with the tape on your fingers after that spot, and then like
I was wondering why I was bleeding.
It looked like you were like kind of about to like gig, but like he grabbed you right away and like kind of threw you into the ring, and I was like, he didn't really, because you didn't get like great color.
No,
like,
I didn't watch at all. That's
It
why I
looked-
was wondering.
He had good color though. Raven. Did.
No, Raven did, but I'm saying Hack. Like he put it.
For you guys can't see this, Hack just poo-pooed Raven's color.
Well, I know, but after look,
His whole face was bloody,
but
thought it was good color.
dripping off his hair.
Cronus was a mask.
He was. Cronus
You know what I'm
earlier,
saying?
yeah.
So, I mean, to me, the more blood means nothing.
Okay. You drop kicked a chair in his face.
Oh my God! They actually had to alert air traffic control at Philadelphia Airport
And say
that
we're
I was
stuck on
going to
the
be
ground.
so high up that you can't send an airplane in that direction at that time.
Okay, that was.
The ref was giving me the cue. All right, we got 10 seconds to drop kick.
And then after that,
Just saying.
this is where you could not DDT him right because you're still selling the arm, which is just like a great little bit of selling there.
I was gonna say, did that come after like the rapid punches that you were giving him?
No, there was the falses before that. Do we have I got falses in here. Dude, we had some
The
great
falses were not till later. The falses were after Lori got
because you
back.
started punching him, or you were trading, and then you started hitting him, and Scotty was selling the shit out of him.
Yeah, he's got a good sell when
Yeah,
he gets that left arm going.
You don't go. You don't go for the pin on him. So you don't
I
go.
pull him up.
Right,
Yeah.
and then that's when
All
you
right,
start to
hold
hit
on.
him.
Before that, did you notice how I missed the leg drop outside totally? I
Yeah,
picked him up and
completely.
suplexed him.
At least he knew. At least he knew to push himself over and bump for
Yeah,
it.
I mean, you kind of caught the back like the very end. Yeah.
Oh God!
I had to make that as a note that it was horrible.
Raven hit you with a chair shot on your arm, and then hit you with a DDT, and then here come all the Stooges. So
Yeah, the ref down. That's when. That's the
right.
cue for the
ref. Yeah, the ref went down, and then here come the Stooges. So
There's some good falses here.
there really are.
There really is.
And this is like, again, when I made that point about like Heyman taking some of those booking things for like the Bloodline and you and Raven, it's like, dude, like the waves of stuff. It really is Sandman Raven. Like it's just. It seriously is.
It doesn't change, dude. It's a soap opera. The soap operas don't change now. You know what I mean? It's basic human psychology.
Yeah.
the game's the same. The people might change. Yeah.
Change the settings. It really all works forever.
So Raven, he sets up a table, and then Raven told Meanie to go up, and then Stevie misses the Stevie kick. You duck it. You hit Raven. Raven goes on the table. Meanie hits the Meanie salt, but the table doesn't
How
break.
does Meanie not break a table?
No, I
is
think
what
he
don't know.
overshot him.
He
Yeah,
did overshot him.
He overshot him, and then you've got a 2 count. So this is where the near falls start to come in.
Yep.
Then a Stevie kick on you, still a 2 count, and then Raven puts up the table again, throws you through it, still a 2 count.
I hated right there when the ref pulls the fucking table off my head. I wanted to. I hated the ref taking the table off of my head. And when he started to, Raven's like, no, hold it on, because it looks more devastating if I'm not trying to push that table off of me after I want my opponent to do it. You know what I mean? I don't want.
Well, not
to
only
do
that,
it.
you got to come through the carnage. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to relieve, not just, oh, you went through the table, here you go, now you can roll out. Like,
No, and then he starts to take it off. Raven pushes. Who was the ref? Was
Molyneux.
it Finnegan?
I think it was Molyneux.
Molyneux. I think it was Finnegan.
Was it
for some
Finnegan?
reason. Yeah, because he picked up the rail and put it out, but that would have been the funk match. But yes, but at least Raven's smart enough. When I'm going no, don't take it off, he goes and drops a leg on it.
He did.
And sandwiched my head in between the 2 pieces of the table.
And then
Great off the cuff shit.
And that was a near fall as well. And then here we go with Tyler, your spot where you get in there. And you do the pose, and now you're standing there. You're with him in the corner, and then in comes Lori. And man, I know we put
batter up!
So we put over
frick 4 times.
We have put over your mom literally in every performance that she's had. She's delivered, so I don't feel bad about this. But man,
The problem was she was trying for the home run.
Well, and
She was
you and I'm
swinging it over.
100% sure that you probably told her, fucking kill me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's swinging fucking
Right,
hard.
that's what I'm saying.
You saw how hard
She should have swung straight down on you.
She
but
whips
look
your
at
hair.
her
Swinging
swinging the way
hard
she
as
sw-
shit.
Yeah,
she whips your hair like
You gotta
4
kill
times.
I know, and Scott, and you're sitting there
He's
like
like,
this, and Scotty's looking, he's like, fuck
I know the
this.
cane's going over top of my head because I can see like the end of it.
It's so funny. You guys have to watch this for this.
Dude,
honestly,
it's comical. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, she's swinging so hard. I'm like,
Only
Hack,
spot she's never hit at AAA level.
I'm like, Hack definitely told her to fucking kill him, and that's why she's missing it. Yeah.
she does finally get you in the back. Raven gave you a DDT for.
Good, dude.
She's lucky she didn't hit Scotty in the head with the one that she was going in my back.
Yeah, because he went for the DDT, right
and
away.
then she's
Yeah.
good, and he's like, all right, go
You
ahead.
would have had to sell the headshot.
That was a near fall, and then Raven then has the loaded boot. I know you love that one, Ollie.
Oh my! I just don't get it.
It's an old wrestling thing.
I don't get it.
It's a wrestling
I hate
thing.
it.
Okay, and
The
then,
Iron Sheik's loaded boot.
and he got rolled up for a 2 count. And then there's a rail in the ring, and you just hit him with a great DDT on it for the finish. And
Dude,
This-
he goes.
It was a nice out of nowhere.
He goes
Yeah.
to suplex you. You push him into it. He bounces off right into a DDT spin.
Boom.
Yeah, the timing.
It's out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I call it out of nowhere.
I really. How long did this match go, Ollie?
Probably like 12.
15.
Okay.
I was gonna say 15.
For what this match
Felt way
was,
longer.
I loved it. I look, this is fun. It's just fun. Is it the greatest? Is it a 5-star? No, but I'm giving this 3 stars. I really, really enjoyed this match. I thought your selling in this was super awesome, Hack. Like I really do think people can learn from your selling, especially with the punches, and
100%.
especially with the arm work, like you were saying, and just the creativity of you guys, all the stooges, all the layers. It's a fun match, and this is an all-time great wrestling rivalry. So I'm going 3 stars for it. Ollie?
4.
4. Hack.
Sha!
Oh, it says what, 4 1/4?
Yeah.
What
I
is
was
it,
gonna
4?
say 4 1/2, 4 1/4. Yeah.
4 1/4 for himself. Okay, Ty.
We've done way better.
I'll go.
I know you have. That's why I only went 3 for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3 just because I think they've done way better, and I mean I love the finish.
So do I.
There's some really good parts to it, like you said. It's not like the greatest, you know. I've seen better.
I just love the gimmick of it too, like
Yeah,
making
100%.
these guys have a straight up wrestling match for the first like half of it, pretty much.
Right.
Nobody walked in that building expecting that night.
No, when Scotty was saying it, I was like, "What? I don't remember this." I was like, "Oh, all right."
Yeah, I came to my 4. I got to put over Hack selling in there.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, like the selling in it was awesome.
I mean, it was
man.
always good, but I'll give it to him.
The match 3.
reluctantly put him over
Yeah,
here.
very reluctant.
Very reluctantly put him
Heavily.
over.
Yeah, the match 3, me 5. We'll see.
Oh, you're giving yourself a 5. This
Yeah,
is,
I mean-
this is the first
Oh,
time.
from the time Ty got on the screen, we were sitting there. Ty's like, look at me, just leaning on the rope.
Oh, God.
Listen, that
like
was
a
like the
movie
cover of a
star.
GQ magazine,
I
if you
sense-
ask me.
You know what? I got to be honest, though. I sense a little resentment in your voice, Ollie, about this. Yeah, he's laughing. He's here.
I've
Ty.
had my moments in the ring.
Okay, the super kick, okay, but I'm just saying.
None of them were 5-star action like you saw tonight.
5-star action, it didn't lead to death.
I'm just hearing a little hint of resentment in your voice tonight, Ollie.
Is
I'm
that a
just
little
saying.
Salt Bay?
Yeah,
a little Salt Bay?
little salt bay. I'm just saying.
No
all right.
salt.
No salt. Okay.
Sea salt.
Oh, wait,
sweet.
Hack. Now
ahead.
that I think about that, did you notice anybody in the crowd that we know?
No.
Oh, that's a good point.
No, by the pole where Mary Kate is always sitting.
On the left coming out.
Yeah, during the whole show, Gail, Mom's friend Gail, in a black leather jacket, blonde hair. Yeah, I didn't know if you caught that. I meant to mention it earlier,
dude,
but
you guys, Gail, straight 10. Straight 10.
but
Gail.
I'm
never
like
did notice
almost
it.
100% positive it was her. Like we never got
I'm
like
pretty
it's
sure
like
she went to a show.
Well, I would.
The 96 is the year.
Well, yeah, blonde and black leather jacket. Because that's where me.
And she's
year of
tall.
Gail.
Yeah, and that's where me and Mom got our black leather jackets from. Was from her. So I was sitting there. I was like, "Wait, is that Gail?" But I was wondering if you had caught that.
All right, we're gonna have to.
I would have
Yeah,
said it.
kind of want to see a picture of Gail actually.
Oh,
so-
smoke.
Oh, okay.
Straight smoke.
Okay. All right. Nice. Up next was the main event of the show. This was Tommy Dreamer and the legendary Terry Funk taking on Shane Douglas and Brian Lee. So this match was a dream partner tag. It was supposed to be Pitbull number 2 as Tommy's partner, but Douglas took him out, and so Dreamer had Funk on call
Yeah,
for
thank
this.
God. Dude.
Save this
the
match.
night of the schmaz. And the cluster fucks.
Yeah.
This is.
Well,
A schmaz is a cluster.
yes.
Schmaz.
I don't think this was a schmaz though, because I think that there was a finish in this match.
Schmozberries taste like schmaz.
What?
I don't think it was
Yeah,
a
there was a
finish.
finish after freaking what?
It was a long while. How long did this one go? Did this go 30, Ollie? This was like a long match.
26.
26. This went long.
It felt longer.
I love this though. I love seeing Terry Funk in this element Funk is just such an artist.
The funker.
No, like he's serious. When there's like this element of brawling and danger, and he was super over in this crowd. Like Funk is still.
Oh yeah, 100%.
On this show, I would say
He's 5 times more over than anybody else that was on the show.
right, and he wasn't a regular at this point in '96, right? Like he wasn't regularly.
No, but those people knew what him and his brother did in Japan and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yes,
They knew him. Our crowd did. Your average fan wouldn't have. Like people that were watching this, like in New York, like maybe like when we were on at like 2:00 in the morning on Sunshine Network down in Florida, you would know Terry Funk way more than if you were in New York watching us at 2:00 in the morning on WWLR, like 9 or 11 back then. You know what I mean? It matters where we were to how over Terry was.
Yeah. Brian Lee, Hack. We haven't really talked about him a whole lot on the show.
What a good old boy.
You know, the bulldozer. Do you got
What a good old boy.
Any memories about Brian?
No, he was just great. He was so easy. He was a big dude. He would never touch you. It was like working with like Bigelow, or like working with like Snuka, because he grew up in a business where you didn't touch each other. You know what I mean? We were the ones that changed it. Before, like shit in like Smoky Mountain, let's say Smoky Mountain with Jim Cornette running it, a potato there is when some guy stiffs you during the match. You know what I mean? In the ECW, nobody even used the word potato. You know what I mean? It is what it was, and the way it hit you is the way it hit you. You know what I mean? So that was the difference. But he was so light, you'd have to keep your eyes open to know when he's punching you to sell. Wow.
I noticed that when he was working Terry on the outside, and I didn't know if that was just because it was Terry.
You don't know. He went to try, he did something on his chest and barely touched it. I'm like, all right, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was just because it was Terry or that was how he was with like everybody.
It's crazy to me in the business where, like, I guess if you saw these guys on TV, like my perspective, I'm like, oh man, these guys are all so scary, and yet from the reality of it is like they're just trying not to hurt anybody out there. Like they're really working. Like you know what I mean? Like when you say that about Bam Bam or Brian,
And that's
it's
the
like,
artistry of it.
That's the artistry of wrestling. It's like
Right.
look like you're killing somebody and you're a bad motherfucker, and you actually are a bad motherfucker, but you're not to the guy in the ring.
Right.
Yes, but there had to be a break in the system to get to the next level. And the break in the system is you can't pull a metal chair shot over somebody's head. You know what I'm saying? Like the bumps get bigger. You know what I mean? Hey, I want to go through a table. If somebody's coming off the top rope on something through me, I want to go through a table. The table breaks my fall. That keeps me a way less chance of them landing their hip on my face if it's a moonsault or something like that. I can work where I'm at instead of just, if I'm laying on the mat, I can't go anywhere. If I'm on that table, it's easier to shove yourself as he's coming on his way down. You know what I mean? To your left, to your right. But there's so much more big bumps now, and I forgot what I said.
Yeah, forget. But this was so much fun to me. Like I really enjoyed this. I thought Dreamer was really bringing it in this match too. I really enjoyed Tommy in this
My boy
one.
Tommy always brought it.
Yeah, no, but there's some times where Tommy, or you know,
He got me the first time when he set up the guardrail. I'm like, oh, Tommy's setting up his own
For
ball,
himself.
his own ball shot.
Yeah.
And then he hit, and then he hit Shane with the ball shot, and I was like,
And
oh,
Shane
fuck.
took it, pussy.
Yeah, he took the clothesline so soft.
Oh, he took the
He
fucking
took
ball
the
shot
ball
too.
shot
Shit.
soft, and he took the clothesline soft.
And I was like, oh man, I could have swore Tommy was going. And then lo and behold, he sets up the chair, and then Brian Lee gives him the ball, ultimately the ball shot on
Was
the thing.
Brian Lee always called the bulldozer?
in ECW he was.
Yeah?
He might even have been before that.
Wasn't it
In like the
Primetime
beginning.
Brian?
Primetime Brian
Yeah.
Lee as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
It was just the first time I
Yeah.
ever heard Joey call him the bulldozer,
Yeah.
so that's why.
Dude, do you remember Brian being the alternate Undertaker?
Yeah, he was the other.
Yeah, he was-
Undertaker.
okay.
See, I
So-
knew he didn't know that when he asked that question.
in '94 they had a fake Undertaker gimmick, and Brian Lee.
Oh yeah, I don't. 94
Yeah,
especially.
okay.
I definitely
That's
don't
ancient
know
history
that.
for you, Ollie.
Yeah.
He was dressed like him. He didn't really look like him, and he had a very short run with Taker. I think they had one match. Honestly, I don't think they had
and
much
it
more.
ended his career because Brian was a crack smoker. I would snort coke with him, like me, him, and the red guy. James.
Mitchell.
Yeah,
You always call him the
we'd
red
be snorting at TWA. Like the
TNA.
three of us would be snorting coke, but he'd be like hitting the pipe and shit. So one time he got too high on the pipe. The cops came to his house and he had a hold up. He said he was the Undertaker.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
and that ended his career. There was cops with guns pointed at his house. They had to kick the door in, and that literally ended his fucking career.
Jesus Christ. Can we talk about the Franny atomic drop bump she took from Tommy?
Dude,
How about the
Franny's
dress
outfit is
how about
God.
the dress she's wearing?
Jesus Christ.
Woo!
Oh,
I
my
didn't even
God.
call that a dress.
Yeah, I,
don't
mean,
think
it's,
legally, I don't know if you can.
I texted her.
whatever it was, it was,
great.
it was great.
Yeah, I sent her a
great.
video too. She's like, "Yeah, I'm over."
She wore the shit out of it.
What about the...
And she took a hell of a cookie sheet shot.
Yes,
Well,
she
she
did.
no sold that like a motherfucker.
did take a shot.
Well, because here's
Which is
the
a
thing.
violation.
All right, this is all right. This is the
it was
fuck
set up to fail
This is yes,
because they were
exactly.
supposed to catfight.
They're caught in that corner.
Right.
They don't have anywhere to fucking go. So yes, that was set up to fail. Yes, Franny's outfit was God, unbelievably freaking God. But so, Franny, the first thing that she did, she did the crossbody on Tommy, and then Shane takes his leg out.
Yes.
Right, that was the first thing. Then we got a minute and a half later. Tommy's doing something with baby Brian, and she's getting ready for her spot with him.
Yes.
And then what happened then?
There was the atomic drop.
Was that really an atomic drop?
And he gave her an atomic drop. Tommy gave her an atomic drop. Yeah.
Wait, it was an atomic
You're talking
drop?
about you're talking about the cat fight when Beulah comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brian Lee grabbed Beulah, and then there was before that, she hits her with the cookie sheet, and then there was a cat fight, and then Brian Lee pulled Beulah off
Way
her.
too early. Brian Lee should have stepped back. Those girls were supposed to roll. That's why if you see Francine went on top of her and then turned and rolled her. She fucking grabbed her by her left leg, pulled her down, and then pulled her on top of herself. But then Brian's grabbing her head. A cat fight is supposed to be, you know how a cat fight goes.
You have to give them the 30 seconds at least, a little bit of time.
That's what the screw up was.
Can we talk about the pile driver that Terry Funk took off the apron? Or I'm sorry. Yeah, that was off the apron through the table.
He didn't get touched with it.
That was great. I loved it though.
I know, but he didn't get touched with it.
It was awesome.
a piece of
Yeah, but Terry's the man.
It was awesome. Like that was it was earlier in the match, but
he's
that was
taking-
awesome.
Like he's taking pile drivers off the apron.
53 years old.
Just a fucking beast, man. It seriously is.
Yeah. An animal.
Well, put him out for about 23 minutes.
It did. And then,
As it should if he's been
no, it's an apron pile
Well,
driver.
remember Tommy got choke slammed over the top rope before that through that table, and Tommy was out for whoever's how long. I hated it that when Tommy's down, Funk comes in, he's like, all right, I'll fight both of you. He punches up, and then he gets punched down, you know what I mean? And then some more rigmarole happens, and then Tommy does the same thing. Tommy goes in, it's 2-on-1. He's punching up. When I say what punching up means, that means he's getting over the heels or fucking bumping for him. So he's punching up, and then next thing you know, he's down, and then next thing you know, there's how many run-ins?
There was a bunch of me. You had Beulah, you had Franny, you had it was a lot there. Terry Funk later in the match, I love the moonsault that he did to the floor.
He almost got killed on it. He almost took a face plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
I tell you guys this all the freaking
He goes
time.
to the left.
Not even that on this one. That if you had that many guys out there, what was there, 4 guys out there on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
3.
Somebody's got to catch his ass.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Somebody has to catch his ass. And you saw Shane dive right over there afterwards to be like, was it? I don't know.
No,
it was
Tommy.
Brian. Oh, was that?
Tommy
No,
dove
but
right
somebody before Tommy did it.
I'm not sure if it was Brian.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, you got to be so careful with that guy going to the floor. I wouldn't be so worried about him overshooting me. I would be more worried about him undershooting me.
Yeah. They got back in the ring, and then Dreamer has what, like a TV camera at that point?
Yeah, he's waiting in a corner
Whatever
with
that
it
was
for like an hour and a half.
He drew.
If it's a minute, we both say an hour and a half. That's hilarious.
He drilled Brian Lee with
A
it.
couple pieces went flying, too.
Yeah, no, he gave him a great
Yeah,
shot.
it was
with
a Lego fucking camera.
Oh, God, it was a leg.
It was.
Well, that's what they were in '96.
It was a breakaway. Okay, it wasn't a
It
real
was gimmick.
camera.
It was gimmick.
Just so you all know, it was
a
not a
gimmicked
real camera.
Okay. And then
I saw tape flying out.
Dreamer, then Funk hit him with a DDT, and then that was it. So,
All right, couple more. What was the corner spot? All right. First of all, Shane's bumping his ass off. Brian Lee's bumping his ass off only because of why? Because it's Terry fucking Funk.
I was going to say Terry. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I've never seen Brian bump that much in a match. Never seen Shane do so many of those good bumps in a match. Dude, and it's like the ones, who's going to tell Terry Funk no? Terry Funk no. He throws you down, gets a, and it took him a little while to set the spot up with him and Dreamer smashing the guardrail on him. And then he has no problem just grabbing the other dude and throwing him on top of there and then doing something. Dude, nobody in this match is telling Terry Funk no. And if I was wrestling against him, I wouldn't tell him no.
how could you?
You know what I mean? But it was so obvious to me that that the heels were giving Terry his due.
Yeah, and
It was very obvious.
this was a really cool brawl. I really enjoyed this for what it was. It did go a little long. What did you say it was again? 26 minutes? Yeah, I mean, it was a long match, but I really enjoyed this match.
Long for the Funker.
A lot of lulls.
A lot of lulls, but like you said, Hack, they bumped their ass off. Funk delivered. Tommy delivered. I loved it. I'm going... What? You got
All right, one more thing. I caught Shane trying to do the Kurt Hennig bump.
Which one?
The face bump?
No.
The corner?
Oh yeah, when he goes in, when Tommy throws him into the corner, Shane tries to jump off of the bottom rope and do that big ass Kurt. Do you guys remember that bump at all?
Corner.
Shane tried it and got nowhere. Just saying.
Well, maybe it wasn't in his repertoire.
That's a great Kurt Hennig bump.
Yeah, it's a signature.
Dude, yeah, it was one of the best.
Yeah. Okay. For this match, though, I'm going to go 3.5 stars for this one. Ollie?
I'm going 3.
3?
Just a little cluster.
It was, but it was. You know what?
But you know what?
I might give a little.
It's kind of is what it is.
I might give a little Funker inflation to put it up for the 3.5. So.
All right, Funker inflation.
Funker inflation, man. Hack.
Sha, 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 sha.
There he goes. Standard. Ty?
Yeah, I'm go 3. I'm gonna go 3. There's a lot of lulls and everything like that, but you got to give it respect. I mean, it's Terry.
It's Terry. So, yeah. That was ECW November to Remember 1996. Overall, what did you guys think of the show? I mean, is it a must-watch for people out there? I don't know if I would say it's a must-watch if you guys have never seen this one, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun show. I'm going to go... let's see. Let's go 6.5 out of 10. I'm going to give it. I don't know why I'm giving 10s for these
No,
stars.
go out of 5.
Out of 5?
I don't want to do 18 shots.
18 shots. Out of 5, I'll go 2.5 for it. Ollie?
Out of 5, I'm going 1.
Wow, you're such a... You hate all the old wrestling.
No, it's not that. It's just I don't see like much on here worth watching besides Hack and Raven, maybe Bubba and Devon because they haven't tagged together yet. So if you
Candino and
wanna see
Mikey
them-
was fun. The opener was fun with
He's
Stevie and
young.
Kid Cash.
He's young.
I know.
He didn't
I
live
know.
through
He doesn't. Yeah.
Too much cluster for me.
Too much cluster for you.
Yeah, it was a straight cluster.
Hack. What do you give it?
Sure.
Sha! Sha! Sha!
Alright, 3.25.
There you go. 3.25 shots. Ty, what do you give the show?
I would say about a 2.5.
Yeah.
It's just I was so underwhelmed by Sabu Van Dam and the Eliminators, and the match. Like, there were some pretty decent matches, but I mean, like you said, I don't think it's like a must-watch or anything like that compared to some of the other older stuff that we've seen.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Next week on the show, guys, we're going to be covering AEW Full Gear.
Yeah, all right.
I'm certainly excited to watch Ospreay and Fletcher and a couple of the other matches on that show. So we'll be reviewing
I
that
have to
one.
take a look at the card. I haven't really looked at it yet.
There's a lot of good stuff on that show. I'm interested in seeing. I think it's going to be really
Dude,
fun.
just the Ospreay match should carry that freaking pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, that match is going to be
Seriously.
insane. It's going to be
their
insane.
pay-per-view. I think the last one was the one that we all thought was kind of underwhelming.
It was, but it was still pretty damn good at certain parts.
Well,
but-
right, for them, but they usually kill their pay-per-views, like work
Yes.
rate-wise.
Yeah.
So
we'll be doing that next week on the show. As always, send in listener questions to sandmanpod@gmail.com. Up first is Heart Attack Rick from Mechanicsburg, PA.
is that our first heart attack?
No,
Rick?
I met Rick this weekend.
You met Rick this weekend.
Rick.
All right, Rick.
Dude, the guy's freaking 40 years old, looks healthy as an ox. He comes up to me and goes, dude, I had a heart attack last year. And I forget the details of the heart attack, but Rick, love you being a fan of mine.
So Rick wrote us in
Thank you,
here.
Rick.
Thank you, Rick. Rick wrote us in. How's it hanging, guys? Hey, Hack, it's Rick, the young guy you met in Frederick, Maryland on November 16th who had the heart attack at the end of March. I wanted to let you guys know I discovered this podcast when I was recovering from my heart attack. I'm lucky to be alive right now, and it was a massive one. I had a major clog in my coronary artery, but fuck that mushy shit. I'm doing much, much better nowadays.
Hell yes.
Yeah, you are.
Dude,
Came
Rick,
to see me.
shouts
Hope you
out to
stay
you, Rick.
healthy, brother.
Hope you stay healthy. I appreciate you listening to the show. He said, I got a good question for Hack. When you were working with Nancy, was there ever a major time she told you, no, don't do that, or I'm going to stop being your partner to the ring?
No, not stop being my partner. It was never anything like that. But yeah, she schooled me on, like I've told you, the way I wanted to do the blind angle, the way I wanted to do maybe not the funk out of the box. It might have been me and Shane. Oh yeah, me and Shane when he didn't want to put me over for the belt, she smoothed that over. So yeah, it was never a you're doing this or I'm gone. It was more like she was training me.
Okay.
I was like, no, you're an idiot. This is how we're doing
This
it.
is business, actually.
Basically.
bud. Listen up. Sit at the learning tree. He said,
There you go.
anyways,
I was at her learning tree.
you were. Anyways, thanks for getting me through my recovery again and for a fucking amazing podcast to boot. Hopefully this makes it to the air this time.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening,
Yeah,
Rick.
thanks for listening, brother. Hope everything stays well.
Keep sending the questions.
Yeah, keep writing us in, Rick. Bob from Broomall writes in, Shalom, Tosh and friends. Because I'm sure Hack didn't see it, could we please get a live reaction to the Mina Shirakawa and Harley Cameron promo from Dynamite this week? I bet you it gets more than one cane of the week. Happy Thanksgiving to you all. I'm very thankful for this podcast and all the trips down memory lane. Did you happen to see the Mina Shirakawa and Harley Cameron? They were. I got to show it to you all.
They were doing a little shimmy.
You get five. You would give 5 shaws to this one, Hack. Believe
Yeah,
me.
this
what was
is
so
a
good
little,
about it?
this is a little shimmy.
of the,
Those Cocoa Bob?
yeah. We'll show you all fair here. You'll definitely enjoy that.
I got porno.
Okay. All right. There you go. He declined. Inbred Ed from Shinston, West Virginia.
How
writes in.
Hey!
Ed, how you doing, bud? He doesn't get talked about enough these days. Assume different circles. But any thoughts one way or another of Joey Styles?
Dude, what are you
He's the best ever.
We put him over every
Best
week. I know
ever.
Ollie ripped me for. I was saying during the blinding angle last week that Joey was hamming it up, and Ollie was like, "You shut your mouth! Don't talk about Joey like
You
that."
shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Yeah, we love Joey. He also writes.
I
I've
really wish he'd come back and
So do
do
we. So
something.
hold on.
I wish AEW would get him
Yeah, somebody. I mean,
and kick Shivani
What are
to
you
the
gonna
curb.
say?
He's awful to listen
no,
to.
I love Shivani.
And
No.
no, Excalibur gets the boot,
It's-
100%.
Okay, I'm fine with that, but
With
not
me,
Shivani.
with me and Joey, it's kind of like the same thing. It's with Hack, you get what you get. With Joey, you got what you got. He had no other freaking alternate plans to anything. He had no reason to say anything than just what the hell came out of his mouth.
Okay. He says, severely underrated in my opinion. I wish he'd get back in the wrestling eye, at least showing up on podcasts, lost opportunities to tell stories. Yeah, I mean, look, I totally agree with you. Joey is an absolute legend, and I wish he would.
Dude, and Joey's
Maybe we
live,
can get him on one day.
Yeah,
Joey's live as live gets, and by himself.
yeah. He said,
And who knows what he's going to say. I mean, he can't. I mean, Paul Heyman. I mean, he knows all, probably half the secrets that Todd does.
yeah. He said. He also had after the shows. I can't imagine he was much on the hotel scene and going out.
Never.
But maybe I'll be proven wrong. Did he have a crew? Or did he keep to himself? Kept to himself. Kept to himself and the production guys, I guess. Focused on the announcing. Okay. Josh from Braintree, Massachusetts.
No,
writes-
because all those guys were hanging out with us. So Joey's by himself.
Joey's by
Straight
himself.
by himself.
Okay. Hey, Sandlot. I wanted to start off by saying, fuck you, hack. I know who Joe Malenko is, and he was a beast in Japan. So put that in your Pendo stick and smoke it.
All right. Me and Ollie are both like, all right.
Yeah, that's good.
Touche.
Josh,
Is it 97%?
Josh, believe me, they have been the entire time we've been recording. Anyway, my question is, if you guys had to erase one of these guys from ECW history, who would it be?
Taz.
Stop! That's not the question here, but he just throws. Jesus Christ, man! He never misses a beat.
Fuck, that was
He
good.
never misses an opportunity.
Dude, I'm good.
Who would you? Which of these guys would you erase from ECW history? Who would it be? Todd or Paul? Probably like choosing between your kids, but you got to pick one. Don't stooge it off. You guys fucking
Okay.
rule.
One beguiles the other. So first of all, Paul's nothing without Todd. You know what I mean? So chicken egg.
Yes, I agree with you, Hack.
So I'm Todd.
You're Todd. You
Well, it has to be.
Yeah, because he was
Paul
first.
can't be fucking Paul without Todd.
Okay, I
Because
guess
nobody else was backing Paul to that level at that point.
I agree, Hack. I do think that had ECW as an opportunity never come along, that Paulie would have been somebody in the business.
Well, you remember in the documentary, Paul was telling Todd that he was taking over like Mid-South or something like that when Paul was using that as leverage.
Paul was working with Crockett to start up a new company in the 90s.
He was using that as leverage against Todd when the leverage was never even there.
Okay. They were trying to get a company going. It didn't take off or anything, and he had already gotten the ECW book around that time as well. So, look, I got to agree with you, Hack. Todd was first. He started and founded the company, so he gave Paul the platform to be himself
That's
as the
it.
booker. Now,
Chicken or the egg.
Now, Paul, as a booker and a mind for the business, did have his start prior to ECW, obviously. He went back in the day at
Dude,
Madison
he was
Square Garden.
everywhere.
Right.
He was 16 years old selling programs and in the back.
Sneaking into booking meetings with Dusty and stuff.
I know, dude,
Paul,
he's God.
Paul would have been who Paul is in the business.
But it might have taken a couple more years.
Yes, and it would have taken a different trajectory than it did with ECW. So I have to say, Todd. Ollie, do you have a choice on this one?
I mean, probably Paul.
You got Paul.
Yeah.
Because of everything he's done.
Yeah, just like his creative mindset and like where he took the company to.
But I know what you're saying.
There is no company unless Todd took it out of the ashes.
Okay, well then there is no answer.
Well, I don't think
that's the answer.
That's why
It's
I
a
keep
difficult
saying
question.
chicken or the egg.
Then there's no question.
Right.
Well, yeah,
that's why I
but then
keep
there
saying
needs to be
chicken or
different
the
questions.
That's what I'm saying. There's no other way to lay it out other than the way you laid it out.
Yes, I agree with your assessment, Hack. Ty, do you agree?
Yeah. There's no other way to lay that out.
Okay. He said, "You guys fucking rule. Keep it up like Neihart.
brother.
Keep it up and like Neihart and Hack with a bag of the White Horse." That's what he said.
Tell us next week what that means. The what?
The
White
white-
Horse sounds like cocaine
Yes,
to
I
me.
think
Me and Neihart, yes,
I think
cocaine.
that's what he's saying. Hack.
Oh my God, I can't believe you just brought up Neihart.
Yes.
When everybody asked me, and I just saw this like last
You
week or
mentioned
so.
literally last week. You mentioned this.
Oh, I did?
Yes.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Up next on the show is Darren from Grimsby in the UK. Writes in, Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I do apologize for the long message, but I want to say thank you guys for giving me some of the biggest laughs I've had in a long time. I've been struggling quite a lot lately, and the podcast has helped me keep my spirits up.
Appreciate that.
All
man.
right, Grimsby.
Yeah, shouts out, man. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to email in what you guys...
Is that Southern England?
Yeah, you're going to
Are
have to
you
let us...
like right on the ocean there by Ireland?
You're going to have to let us know next week, Darren. He said, I wanted to email in about what you guys were talking about in regards to JBL. He's been visiting TNA and AAA wrestling, but it looks like he went to GCW and MLW recently as well. From what I saw online, he's talking about making a comeback, and it's mainly because he said he is injury-free. I do also have a question for Hack. Do you have any fond memories from coming over to the UK to wrestle? Keep up the phenomenal work, and thank you again.
Saw JBL this weekend. I had to put him and Ron Simmons. I was in like Maryland or wherever the hell I was.
You were in Long
We
Island. It was
were
the
in
week
New York.
before.
Yep.
I was in New York.
Yeah, the week
I
before.
was in Maryland.
When me
you
and you were
Maryland this
together.
past weekend.
All right,
Me, you,
whatever.
Franny, and Todd.
Yeah, but I had to go over and put over, and I had to go put Bradshaw over. And then I heard later that he was out like working again, throwing some pretty stiff clothesline. So good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Well, the question was, do you have any fond memories of working in England?
Any fond memories of the UK, England, over there?
England. I'll say me, Van Dam, Sabu. Nope, that was Germany.
No, nothing for England. Sorry, that was
No.
That was a
Germany.
soccer
You were going to say the
match.
soccer
Germany.
game?
Yeah, okay.
I figured.
Mike from Northeast Philly writes in,
Hi, Mike.
what are your memories of the Briarcliff Fieldhouse in Glen Olden?
Wow. Okay. You got to understand here. Our new drinking game. All right. The dude, Pap's loving this one too. The place is like tiny. You might hold like, I'm sure the fire marshal had like 190, but maybe they fit 200, 250 people in there. But the biggest part of that place was Cactus Jack had a problem with me drinking before my matches. So he calls up Todd and says, I'm not working Sandman if he's drinking before his match. So Todd calls me up and he says, this is what this Cactus is saying. I'm like, yeah, okay. Are we in the main event? He goes, yeah. So I don't go in the locker room for the whole time before the match. I stay, and the locker room's literally like a bathroom. You know, it's an old VFW club. The locker room's like 10 feet by like 15 feet, which I didn't really want to be in anyway. So I know if I'm in the main event, I can go out there. He's not going to see me drinking before the match. So I can go out. I said, as the champion, I'm out first. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be out first. And then how's he not going to be able to come to the ring when I stooge him off saying, yeah, you called my best friend Todd Gordon and said I wasn't allowed to drink before you wrestled me. Psst. Drink a whole beer. Talk a little bit more. Psst. Drink another beer. He had to come out.
So he came out
I
and worked
call
you?
his fucking bluff.
Then he worked you?
Yeah.
So,
he had to.
and there was no issue afterwards with you guys?
Yeah. No, me and Cactus, we got along great in the ring. Well, when we didn't get along was outside the ring.
Okay, you're just two different guys, I guess. So, that was a great question there, Mike. Write us in again, bud. Up next is Brian Mills from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Hey, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. This podcast gets better by the week. Couple of quick questions for Hack, but maybe the guys will have some stories of their own. Are there any guys who you expected to be dicks when you got to WCW or WWE that ended up being much cooler than their reputation? And vice versa. Anyone who was a dick for no reason that you heard good things about before getting to each company? No need to name names if you'd rather not.
What the fuck's his name?
Who we got?
The kid that won the first. Do you know?
You know. Here we go.
The kid that won the first
Miz?
wrestler. Yeah.
The Miz. What? Oh, yeah.
Only one. Everybody else was totally cool. I didn't understand why. Well, he knew that every spot is very pivotal. Like when I got moved, when they did a stupid draft, and Mark Carano calls me and he says, you're getting moved. I didn't even know they did a draft. Mark Carano calls me and he said, there's a draft. You're drafted to Monday Night Raw. I said, fuck you. I don't want to go to Monday Night Raw. No, I'm not going. I'll tell you the
Calling
story.
the shots? Yes, no.
No,
You've told
I'm not
me,
going.
but-
I had no friends there. I did not. I told him this. I'm like, Mark, no, I'm not going. I have no friends there. You fired fucking Sabu. You fired this guy or whatever. You know what I mean? And now you want to move me to Raw? And he's like, Hack, it's a great good. He would call me Hack. He wouldn't call me the Sandman. He'd be like, Hack, it's a great chance. I'm like, nope, not doing it. He calls me back. He's like, yeah, Hack, you have to do it, and you're showing up tomorrow night.
Oh God! So you go to Raw, and then the
And
Miz?
then the only problem I had with any, first
the
of all,
Miz you were talking about.
yeah,
You can't,
the only problem I had was with Miz. See, it's hard it's like, it's so crazy. Like when you go from an ECW locker room that has, let's say, 40 guys, absolute max, any night, anywhere. And you go to a Monday Night Raw and there's 120 dudes in the locker room, and every one of them's vying for a spot. Every one of them's talking in the ear to like all these these writing executives, dudes that have never written a wrestling show or whatever. The one dude came over to me, he's like, "Hey Sandman, what about if we do this?" And I'm like, "Dude, what are your credentials?" He's like, "Yeah, I was writing soap operas like 2 weeks ago." And I put in and he filled out an ad, and that's where he got hired.
Unbelievable.
And I'm like, what? What are you even doing talking to me, dude? So I just hated it. The money was great. I would never change in the locker room. I always found someplace like underneath the stairwell or something like that. I just hated it because there was just so much fake bullshit going on everywhere that you turned.
And
So-
I think you told me the story. Was it Miz who said, "You know you're live or
Yeah,
whatever"?
So here's the thing. There's it's so crazy, like TV's terms. There's like live and there's live. So live is you're like 7 to 9, 10 seconds, like you'll do it and then they can mix it up however they want to when it shows actually live, like 7 or 8 seconds later.
There's a delay.
Yes, and then it's like radio. You can't call radio sportscast and be
Drop
like
the F
on
word.
live because they don't want you cursing and stuff
Right, they
like
have a
that.
bleep- they have a bleep
Stay on
time.
7-second delay. So Miz comes up to me once he knows that I'm opening up, me and Carlito, that we're going to start doing a program together, and we're just walking by. I've never even met the dude. We're just walking by. He's like, "Yo, dude, you know you're going live tonight?" And I just look at him. He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Live is it? There's no tape to live. It's live to live." And I know where he's going. I'm like, "Dude, everything I do is live."
You've lived your
Okay,
whole
well-
life like that. I mean, but the fact that he would
And
try
his
to.
face was just like, "Well, dude, these spaces are worth a shitload of money. Those seconds, you know what I mean? That minute and a half is taken away from another guy's minute and a half."
I know, but the cutthroatness of that, and the fact that he would try to psych you out, or
Well, right,
like,
and to
I'm
your
like,
point, everything you do is live is because you're always in front of an audience, like
No matter what.
in the
it's all
building, no
live,
matter what.
live.
It's all live.
Right.
Like to you, there's no difference.
And I don't screw up.
right?
Like,
Even if you do, you're the Sandman. Like it doesn't.
You got to build in out. He was drunk.
Yeah. Oh God, that's interesting. Great question, Brian. Up next is Drummy from Bryan Street Tavern.
Drummy.
Drummy writes in, "Yo, Sandy and crew, what's good and happy Thong Thursday." He loves his Thong Thursdays, this
Yeah.
guy. I just watched the movie The Substance, wondering if you guys have seen it yet. I have not, but I've heard good things about this movie. Have you guys have seen this?
It's new?
Yeah, it's a new movie. You guys seen this? No?
No, I haven't.
No? Okay. It's up there with Cloud Atlas. Demi Moore is still a total babe. If you could pick one babe from one movie you could hit the sheets with, who would it be and what movie? Oh, man, that's a tough question.
Oh, it's easy. White man can't jump.
Rosie Perez, Netflix. There you go. She was boxing. Calling the
Yeah,
commentary.
speaking of the Netflix,
Yeah, what a great... What is the quinth? That's happening. That's
Billy, you lost all the fucking money?
Yeah, that's a great answer,
Billy,
man.
you're so
Hack with a great answer like that. I don't know. One babe, one total babe. Ollie, anybody got off the top of your
Margot
head?
Robbie, Wolf of Wall Street.
Wow,
Ooh,
great. Oh, that's a great
yeah.
one. Okay,
That's
okay.
a great pull. I'm trying to think in a movie.
Just I'll just go Pam Anderson, barbed wire. There you go, inner peak there.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll go Pam.
shit. I'll keep the Demi Moore train going and say striptease.
Oh, striptease, great.
Yeah, that was it, dude. I hit the spank back to that one quite a few when I was a young pup. I'll tell you what.
There you go.
I had Tommy John surgery after that came out.
Talk about a thong Thursday.
Yeah, there's your thong Thursday for you.
There's your thong Thursday.
Good pool, Tosh.
Yeah. Pretty good podcast so far. Please keep it up. Also, I just cleared my tab, so let me know when you guys are available for a couple coldies. Okay,
Right,
Drummy.
hey, starting that new tab, baby.
Yeah, starting that new tab up. Next week, guys, catch us for AEW Full Gear. We are going to be recapping that.
Kevin did right in?
No, Kevin this week. I know. Kevin
all right,
usually
well,
writes us in every week.
Kev,
but,
I hope you're doing all right out there.
Hope we're doing good. Hope everybody's good in Dayton. I hope you're. I think he said he's a Browns fan, so maybe he killed himself. No. I
Well, the
hope
Browns
not.
are playing tonight, so he might be a little
maybe he's
occupied.
busy, so okay.
Maybe he's going to the game or something. Who knows?
Yeah. Nothing from Kevin this week. I know we usually get him. Up next, you can catch us recapping AEW Full Gear. But before we go, as always, the Cane of the Week and the Toast of the Week. Hack. Your microphone.
All right, so Sky Young just sent us a Great Leg Care package. Dude, he said
A couple of rolling trays,
Oh, okay, yeah. So this is
grinder.
Sky Young, strength
the
in
mat,
numbers.
when you come in the door, the mat's the greatest thing ever.
The company's Sin, S-I-N.
S-I-N. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you, Scott. Scott or Sky? Sky.
Sky's
Young.
the guy's name. Sin is the company.
Sin is the company. Okay.
Yeah, send a bunch of joint rolling.
Yeah, we got a couple rolling trays, got a grinder.
Oh, okay.
Got a digital rolling tray, which I've never seen before.
Some sandals,
Some sandals, a pair of socks.
a pair
The
of
doormat,
socks.
so I like the doormat more than anything.
Socks
Okay.
are comfy as shit. I actually wore them.
It was really like an accoutrement of like stoner apparel /
All right.
accessories.
Well, thank you, Sky. I appreciate that. That's really cool.
Thank you.
That's your toast of the week. Anybody for the Cane of the Week, Hack?
Yeah, the Sixers.
Oh God. Okay. You just caning the whole team, or
Dude, I'm so disgusted right now. I mean,
All right.
the Sixers over Paul Tyson?
yeah, yeah.
No,
Over Tyson's ass cheeks?
Yeah. Mike Tyson's butt cheeks buffering on those.
That-
Yeah.
Yeah. What the heck?
It was
that?
it was a Rikishi
It
tribute.
was a Rikishi tribute. It was a beautiful, beautiful.
He
butt
should have
cheeks.
gave Paul a stink face. Now that I think about it.
And there's another Samoan coming in. Who's remember I showed you some
Yeah,
Zilla?
yeah. No, it's not Zilla. It's
there's
another
another
one.
Literally
Yeah.
in 10 years, the whole WWE will be all Samoans.
There you go. Just Samoans taking over the industry. Catch us next week for AEW Full Gear. Write us in to sandmanpod@gmail.com. Like, share, review, subscribe, and tell a friend. We will catch you next week.
Peace.
Ain't it foggy outside?